They take on the all right, we got to get out of here. For James Scaramazzino, intern Trent, I'm Joe Murray. Stay tuned, everybody. Boston Bruins hockey is coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, it's Boston Bruins hockey. As tonight, the Bruins play Game 4 of a 5-game road trip, still in search of their first win as they take on the Anaheim Ducks. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Great to have you with us. Tonight's storylines brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealer. Find exciting offers, too, on the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. Well, the Bruins fell for the 6th straight game on Sunday night in Los Angeles, falling behind in the first period 2-1. Came back, tied the game in the second, but then the Kings took over the game en route to a 7-2 win. The Bruins managing just 13 shots on goal in the game, just one of those coming in the third period. After taking a day off on Monday, the Bruins practiced here in Anaheim yesterday, and Coach Joe Sacco said he was focused on improving the team's puck possession.
Yeah, some competitiveness on the puck. I think that was important. I think last game, we finished up a stretch in 3 and 4 on the road. But having said that, when you play good hockey teams like LA, they're hard on pucks. And that's an area for us that was part of our focus here today. Being hard on pucks, hanging on to it, being strong on it in the offensive zone. We have to do a better job of, managing our offensive zone time, creating more time there and less in our zone.
Yeah, they haven't done nearly as much as they need to. And getting out of their own zone has been an issue for them. Getting hemmed in their own zone has definitely been an issue for them. They can't establish a forecheck when you're down there. And there's been a number of games here recently that they haven't really generated much in terms of shots on goal and really quality scoring chances. Not just shots on goal, but quality scoring chances. And that game against LA really kind of illustrated that. And they're a stingy team. I mean, they're good defensively. They're tight checking. They showed that in that game. And they did the same thing to the Rangers the next time. They've got a 15-game home point streak. So that was, a team that's playing at the top of their game, especially on home ice, and the things that they've accomplished on home ice this year. Only 3 regulation losses. You knew that was going to be a difficult game going in. And the Bruins just didn't handle it as well as the game kind of unfolded and went on. They had a couple things go against them, but, like it's happened a lot this year. They didn't handle the adversity as well as they probably could have.
Well, in the third period of that game, we talked about it. You got 10 games to go on the regular season schedule. You're now on a 6-game losing streak, and Joe Sacco is hoping to see his team find a way to elevate its game when they hit.
I think we've showed in spurts, like you said, periods of the game where we're competing with the other team, the opposition. When teams start to push back, that's when we really have to dig in as a group and make sure that we're there to, whatever the case may be, whether it's game management, managing the game properly, managing certain situations during the course of a game when teams start to push, just handling those situations a little bit better, I think. But no, it's about finding more consistency for 60 minutes during the course of the game.
Look, they're challenged. You just look at their lineup. On paper, they are challenged. No matter who they go up against between now and the end of the season, I can't think of many games they're going to be favored in. So they have to do the little things. They have to be dialed in on all the details. It's got to be a total team effort. It's even going to be more difficult tonight. Nikita Zadorov went back home for personal reasons to attend to a family matter, I believe is the way it was announced. So he's not in there. And, he's had his ups and downs this season, but he's been a valuable part. He's played well. He's figured it out here in Boston. He stands up for his teammates. He's played some good hockey. He's been called upon to play some extra minutes because of the guys that they're missing. And early in the year, it was a struggle for him, I think, to kind of figure out the whole system and the game plan and everything else. But as the year's gone on, he's adapted to it a lot more and, gotten more comfortable in it and played like it. So, and now you're further down on the depth chart. Now you got no McAvoy, who is on the trip, by the way, which is great news. It's great to see him out on the ice. But McAvoy, Lindholm, Zadorov on your back end. And, of course, you traded Brandon Carlo. So, you're missing some bodies back there on that back end. And, you're already up against it with Lindholm and McAvoy out. Add another one to that list, and it becomes even more difficult. You are playing an Anaheim team that doesn't score a ton of goals, though, so that should help you a little bit today.
Yeah, Zadorov was the only defenseman on the team that had played at every game so far this season. He'll miss tonight's game, and we'll see what his status is going forward. Meanwhile, Joe Sacco made some changes in the lineup on Sunday, including moving David Pastrnak onto a line with Casey Middlestad and Murat Husnudinov. Middlestad said playing alongside number 88 is going to take a little getting used to.
Yeah, it was fun. Obviously, maybe need to work on chemistry a little bit, but, I think he's a heck of a player and, one of my favorite players to watch when I wasn't here. So it was an honor, and, I think it'd be a good fit, obviously, with the way that he can shoot the puck, and I feel like I can pass it pretty well. So I think, obviously, it was work in progress, but I didn't think we were too bad.
Yeah, it's funny because you get the superstar players, they're not always easy to play with because they see the game a lot differently than, the mere mortals, right? I mean, it's, David Pastrnak sees things that other people don't see out there on the ice, and he'll try things that other players won't get that extra rope from the coach to attempt. And I think earlier in David's career, right, he was really a high-risk player where he turned the puck over a lot. Patrice Bergeron was able to, compensate for a lot of those turnovers in certain situations. No taking away his abilities. I'm just saying that he was there to really cover for him defensively. He's really changed his game a lot, Pastrnak has, without sacrificing a lot offensively, where less risk in his game. There's a time to have the risk reward, but we remember games where he would turn the puck over all the time, and he doesn't do that much anymore. He's a little bit more. He's more responsible in his game, but it's sometimes you play with those guys, and because they see the game completely different than you might see it, it's not easy to play with those types of players.
Yeah. You mentioned it earlier too. We want to make mention of the fact that Charlie McAvoy is back with the team. He practiced with the team yesterday for the first time since he was injured during the Four Nations tournament. Then, of course, he was hospitalized with an infection. And yesterday, Charlie reflected about what he's been through over the last month and a half.
It was bad. It was when I got home that things sort of hit the fan on Monday, and that landed me in the hospital. And things moved pretty fast after that, and the infection was moving pretty fast after that, and it got very serious very quick. And it was scary. It was scary on me. It was scary on my family mostly. I could not be more grateful for all the people at MGH and all the people that took such amazing care of me in a time where I really needed it. Those people they're the heroes of this story, and they mean the world to me. And I'm truly am grateful for them and how I was taken care of there.
I can relate to Charlie McAvoy because I had something similar happen to me. A little different circumstances, but having an infection occur from an injury, and it was 16 days in the hospital for me, and that's how long it took for me to get out. And there was a lot of recovery afterwards. So to see him back on ice is a great sign. Mine came while it was an injury when I played, but it got infected when I was doing the announcing. But 16 days in the hospital, and it was some scary times. So I can definitely at least semi-relate to what Charlie McAvoy's going through, and it's I was concerned we wouldn't see him back on the ice, and hopefully next year see him on the ice. But to see him out practicing right now and skating the way we have here recently, that's optimistic news for Charlie McAvoy.
You could tell just from talking to him yesterday. I mean, he was, affected by everything that's happened, obviously, over the course of the last couple of months. He talked a lot about the trade deadline moves and whatnot, and being away from the team while all that was happening. So good to see him back with the club here this week. Meanwhile, coming up here on the Bruins pregame show, we will go around the NHL. Jamie Benn and the Stars take on the Oilers tonight.
Definitely still a dangerous team. Just because they're missing a couple of guys doesn't mean it's going to be a cakewalk.
We'll hear more from head coach Joe Sacco about tonight's matchup.
I don't think it's so much about the X's and O's or the system or structure tonight. It's about the will to find a way to win a hockey game here tonight.
And up next, we'll talk about tonight's opponent, the Anaheim Ducks.
Killorn with Carlson moving in, a shot, he scores! Alex Killorn has tied up the game.
That's all coming up here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Here in America, work is in trouble. We've offshored our manufacturing, sent away good jobs, and lost so much ability to make things. American Giant is a company that's pushing back against this tide. They make high-quality clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more, right here in the USA. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, promo code STAPLE20.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Leo Carlson broke his stick. Here comes Carolina, kind of a 3-on-none, open net, and they score. And Carolina might have just put it away for good here. It's now a 5-2 score.
Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks coming up. The Ducks have a record nearly identical to the Bruins this season. They're 2 games below 500 with 12 games to go on their schedule. And Greg Cronin's team has lost 3 of its last 4, including that 5-2 loss to Carolina here on Sunday.
Well, it starts with puck movement. The puck travels faster than anybody does on skates, right? So the challenge, and we were talking about it prior to the game, against a high-pressure team like this, you got to get the puck from low to high, from the goal line to blue line, and get 3 people out high. And we just didn't execute. We didn't make quality passes. We seemed to be fumbling a lot of pucks.
Yeah, Greg Cronin, he knew he was going to have a challenge when he first came here. There's a lot of younger players on this team. I know they have some veteran guys as well, but, they competed hard this season. There was a time not that long ago where there was an outside chance that they were going to make the playoffs. They're probably not going to make it now, realistically. Still mathematically alive, just like the Bruins, but realistically, too many teams to climb over with a short amount of time to do it. So now it's about the development, and continued development of some of these younger players. Filtering in around some of the veterans who have good resumes in the NHL, and I think it's an exciting team here moving forward. It probably weren't ready this year. Next year they should contend for a playoff spot as long as these younger guys continue that trajectory upward. And it's up to Greg Cronin and his staff and Pat Verbeek, who's the general manager, to continue to make sure that these guys are on that right path. It's a learning curve for some of them. Some guys have had good years, some guys haven't had great years, but they continue to learn and continue to get better. And it's, Greg's having known him for a long time. He was a grad assistant for me when I was in college, and that was how he broke into the coaching ranks. He's a demanding guy. He's an intense guy. He's a demanding guy, but he's also very intelligent, good hockey coach. He's been around the league and the game for a long time. He's got a lot of things that he can help these guys with as long as they're willing to accept it.
And, you hear a lot coming out of their locker room. The same thing that you hear out of the Bruins locker room. Struggles on special teams, struggles with puck possession. In fact, Alex Killorn talked about that after the loss to the Hurricanes.
I think that's something, when you look at them, they do such a good job. Their D come down every time, so it's really tough to break out. They get a lot of possession off that. They have an unbelievable F3, so their D are not worried about coming down. And then when they don't have anything, they use the back of the net, and the net front guy can anticipate that. So they're very predictable in that sense. It's hard to defend, but that's why they're so. I think we could take a lot from what they do.
I think you can point to any team that's struggling, and they're going to talk about the puck management and special teams is so big in today's game. I mean, for most teams, not every team, but for most teams it is. And Anaheim's, when you combine the two, they're worse than the Bruins in terms of special teams, because the Bruins have got the 23rd in the league rank-wise in the penalty kill. Still struggling, obviously, on the power play, and Anaheim has struggled in both departments all season long.
Well, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next. Then we'll go around the NHL as we get you ready for the Bruins and Ducks here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This country was built on a distinctly American work ethic. But today, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and diminished our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make a variety of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more. All made right here in the USA, from growing the cotton to adding the final touches. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs for seamsters, cutters, and factory workers in towns and cities across the United States. And it's about more than an income. Jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.
Hey, not to be dramatic, but you should smell this. It smells so good.
Whoa, that's quite the reaction to mixing and matching Gain scents. Let's hear another from Ashley, who mixed Gain products and went...
I'm so excited.
Yes, you are. What about you, Isaiah?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and Emily summed it up like so.
It is just chef's kiss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics in action tonight on the road as they play in Phoenix. Jason Tatum listed as questionable. You can catch that game on 105.7 WROR. Patriots were at LSU Pro Day today. They interviewed Will Campbell. And Alex Cora announced that Rafael Devers will be the everyday DH for the Red Sox. Alex Bregman will play third base. Lock in your group outing for the Bruins 25-26 season by placing a $200 deposit and score priority access for your group. From entertaining clients, spending time with family and friends, or one of our youth hockey experiences like Future Bruins or Body Armor 3 Minutes of Fame. Experience the action of the Boston Bruins with your group and save big off box office prices. Visit bostonbruins.com/groups to place your deposit today. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob, they'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Everybody's talking about inflation. At Ocean State Job Lot, we've been fighting inflation for 48 years. Spring hinged reading glasses at your favorite drugstore are $20. Buy them at Job Lot for $3. $20 sunglasses, $5. Designer sunglasses, $7. Looking for American-made disposable aluminum bakeware? Save 70%. If you're a gardener, you can purchase burpee flour and vegetable seed anywhere. At Ocean State Job Lot, we sell it at 40% off. We haven't even mentioned crazy deals where you can buy things for free.
Plus tax tag license, $400 doc fee and first payment with approved credit. 36-month leases, $54.99 due at signing, 0 security, 7,500 miles, ends 3/31/25.
More inventory means bigger savings.
Go to Greco, go to Greco.
There's more to move with over 250 new Toyotas at Greco Toyota. Like a new 2024 Toyota BZ4X XLE all-wheel drive, $99 a month, $99 a month. Or move in on a new 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross L all-wheel drive, $199 a month, $199 a month. Plus, trade in your current vehicle and get paid top dollar to use as a down payment. Greco Toyota has more inventory and more savings while they last. A Toyota BZ4X, $99 a month, or Corolla Cross, $199 a month. So make your move on a new Toyota with a low payment at Greco Toyota. Minutes from anywhere on Route 44 in East Providence, or shop online at GrecoToyota.com.
Will exceed your expectations. We guarantee it.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Back in Anaheim, Bruins and Ducks coming up as we take a look around the NHL. 3 other games on the slate tonight, including the Islanders at home with Vancouver, and it's the Canucks up 4-2.
Derek Forbert took the pass from Jake DeBrusk, and the Canucks are back on top.
Islanders just a point back of Montreal for the second wild card spot in the East. New Jersey Devils visiting Chicago, and it's New Jersey up 4-2 in the third there.
His first goal in the last 19 games to give New Jersey the lead, and now they make it 2-0 on the power play as Dawson Mercer.
And one of the games starting at the same time as ours, and that's Jamie Benn and the Dallas Stars visiting the Oilers, who will be without both Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
Definitely still a dangerous team. They got great players over there. We're pretty familiar with all of them, so just because they're missing a couple guys doesn't mean it's going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, Dallas Stars, they loaded up at the deadline, and even though they're missing a couple of guys, Edmonton's still a very good hockey team. I like what Dallas did, but they're still in that collision course with the Colorado Avalanche, which is going to be an unbelievable series if they meet in the first round.
Taking a look at some of the action from last night, Toronto had a 7-2 win over the Flyers, and they are now tied for the Atlantic Division lead.
Tavares centering pass comes into the slot. Nylander shoots, scores! 4-point night for Willie!
And last night as well, the Capitals falling to Winnipeg in overtime 3-2. Ovi scored number 889 on his career.
Throw his weak side. Ovechkin, he scores! Alex Ovechkin scores from the left dot! This game is tied!
Yeah, best in the East, best in the West going at it. Nick Ehlers actually scored the game winner in overtime, but Ovechkin inching ever so close to Wayne Gretzky's record.
We'll talk with Joe Sacco coming up next as we get you ready for the Bruins and Ducks here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
American Giant makes great clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, and more right here in the U.S. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, code STAPLE20.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
WIC is a supplemental nutrition program that plays a crucial role in improving the health and well-being of children by providing families access to healthy foods, nutritional education, and other essential support services. WIC programs help improve the long-term health outcomes of mothers and children by ensuring all eligible families, regardless of immigration status, have access to cost-free nutrition resources they need to thrive. If you or someone you know could benefit from WIC, visit health.ri.gov/WIC or reach out to your local WIC office to learn more about eligibility and how to apply.
American Giant makes great clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, and more right here in the U.S. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order with code STAPLE20. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, code STAPLE20.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms. Well, as you guys get ready to take on the Ducks tonight, let's go back to Sunday for a minute here. The 2-2 game in the second period before things kind of got away from you guys. What was happening before that versus what happened kind of in the second half of the game?
Well, nothing was really happening before that. I thought we were playing a fairly good game for the most part. LA had a little bit more territory than we did in the offensive zone. It was 2-2. You know, we get an icing call against us that happened. I didn't think it was icing. I thought that our guy had established a red line or got close right to the red line there. Before they made the call, the linesman thought differently. And that's going to happen in the course of a game. But obviously now we go back into our D zone, we take a face off, and we lose it clean. And we broke down a little bit with we had a missed assignment there off the face-off with one of our wingers, and sure enough, they scored to make it 3-2. And then, you know, they got the fourth goal. I didn't like the fourth goal because I thought that we should have done a better job coming back into our D zone, reading who was behind us originally, and then reading who was coming into our D zone. So, you know, now you're down 4-2. We had some opportunities at the time to make it 4-3. We didn't generate a lot against LA. They did a good job against us defensively, but now you're 4-2 and you start chasing the game in the third period.
You know, you've talked when we've talked to you recently about trying to generate more shots and having more of a shot-first mentality. You guys in that game only had 13 shots total on goal, 1 in the third period when you're trying to come back. Is it a messaging issue? Is it just guys haven't committed to it? What is it that's keeping your team below 20 shots, it feels like, on a regular basis?
Well, I think that, you know, that game in particular, LA is one of the better defending teams in the league. So I think the guys are trying to execute the game plan and trying to get pucks towards the net. But you have to have the puck, too. And we didn't have it enough that game. That's the bottom line, is they had it way more than we did. And so, you know, you look at, all right, what can we do to generate more offense? And that's what we're going to try to do here tonight. We have some guys here that it's an opportunity for them to see what they can do offensively in this league, that guys that are getting opportunity maybe that they weren't before. And now you have to see if you can bring that on a consistent basis.
I know he won't play on the trip, but Charlie McAvoy being back with the team, how much of a boost is that just to have him around after what's happened here with him over the last month?
Well, I think it's great to have him around. It's been a long time since he's been with the group, obviously skating with the team. And he's just a great guy, and he's obviously one of our leaders. So you get to have him around and his personality, and I'm hoping that it lifts up our group, you know, at certain moments. And I'm happy just to see him back on the ice skating with the guys again. That's a good sign.
That said, as he gets healthier, you won't have Zadorov in the lineup tonight as he deals with a personal issue. You know, we know what you guys have gone through on the back end this year with injuries and whatnot. Having him out of the lineup as well tonight, I mean, it's just another challenge that you have to face, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, he had to go back home and attend to a family matter, and so, you know, you just have to move forward. There's not a lot you can do in this league. Teams don't feel sorry for anybody in this league, and we just have to find a way here tonight to dig in. I don't think it's so much about the X's and O's or the system or structure tonight. It's about the will to find a way to win a hockey game here tonight.
You've had Fabian Lysell up for a couple of games from Providence. What have you seen from his game here as he continues to get his feet wet in the NHL?
I've seen moments and spurts in his game where he does some good things off the attack, off the rush, in the offensive zone. There's been times where, you know, his play away from the puck is getting better. I think there's been some improvement in that area. He has to try to get closer to the net to create his scoring opportunities. You know, he had a couple of shots on net last game, maybe a couple of outside chances, but it's really hard to score. It's difficult to score in this league on a consistent basis from the outside unless you have an elite shot. So he's got to try to work his way inside a little bit more, inside the dots, closer to the net to create some more offensive opportunities, and then continue to build his wall play, you know, his board play coming out of our defensive zone.
I know your focus really is about your team tonight, but, you know, what do the Ducks do well, and what kind of challenges they put in front of you?
They play they have a good rush game. They have a lot of high-end offensive players, especially some younger ones, sprinkled in with a couple of guys that have a little bit more seasoning under them. But they're a young team that plays with a lot of energy. They play fast. They're a good team off the rush, like I said. So if you lose coverage in the offensive zone, if you don't have a disciplined F3, you know, the guys are going to create some rushes, some odd man rush opportunities. So we just have to be good there. And then when they get in the offensive zone, they do a good job of holding on to zone time.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
There's Joe Sacco, Bruins and the Ducks coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
A rocky Bruins road trip hit a low point on Sunday night in L.A. Off the faceoff, here's Anderson with a drive. Save made by Swayman. Rebound, score! Here's Barfield shooting and scoring. Deals it left side. Hellenius shoots and scores. And it's 7-2. Having dropped the first 3 games of the trip and 6 straight overall, the Bruins close out their time on the West Coast, looking for payback against the Ducks team that stunned them in overtime back in February. The Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot. Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pastrnak wins the series for the Bruins. A chance in front, score, and it's geeky again.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, Bosch Tools, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. Fire. His 100th backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at the Honda Center in Anaheim, where the Bruins and Ducks will play the second and final meeting of their season, and Boston trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. Get it down to brass tacks for us, Beersy. How do they get it done tonight?
Just echo Joe Sacco's words. I mean, it's about will. You know, you were up against it against the Kings. You're up against it here today against an Anaheim team playing on home ice and have been decent on home ice, especially over the last 15, 18 games. And you're down, 3 key defensemen. You've been down 2 defensemen. Now you're down a third here with Zadorov not in your lineup today. So a big challenge for them. So it is about will. Are you sick of losing? Are you done with losing? what are you going to do about it? And that's what we're looking to see from the Bruins here tonight.
And the keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Here in America, work is in trouble. We've offshored our manufacturing, sent away good jobs, and lost so much ability to make things. American Giant is a company that's pushing back against this tide. They make high-quality clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more, right here in the USA. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com, promo code STAPLE20.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Ducks getting ready to wrap up their two-game season series. Before we drop the puck, let's go down to ice level and get the singing of tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Opening face-off between the Ducks and Bruins set to get underway. We'll take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for Anaheim is John Gibson. On defense, the pairing of Drew Hellison and Pavel Mishnikov. Up front, it's Trevor Zegras, Mason McTavish, and Sam Colangelo. For the Bruins, they'll start Jonas Korpisalo in goal, Parker Wotherspoon, Henry Jokiharju on defense, and up front, Cole Koepke, Elias Lindholm, and Vinny Lettieri. The starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub to get a no-sweat parlay every single day. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first five contestant of the game is Robert Ward of Lowell, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Robert wins a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Fourth game of this road trip, which will wrap up on Saturday night in Detroit. Bruins will be going from right to left here in the first period, wearing the white helmets and sweaters, black pants. Ducks at home in orange from head to toe. And we get the opening face-off, controlled here by Anaheim as McTavish wins it back toward his own blue line. Tipped on into the Bruins zone and giving chase into the near corner. Jokiharju wraps it hard around the far boards. It pops free to Elias Lindholm. Played out into the neutral ice. Kepke trying to find the handle. Bats it forward. It ricochets back toward Jokiharju. Up the middle here for Kepke and across the line. Tried a shot that angled off a leg into the far corner. Came back toward the blue line and pushed out of the zone on a second effort by Sam Colangelo. Neutral ice, Lindholm coming back toward his own zone. And he'll drop it back to Wotherspoon, who circles in behind the Bruins net. Parker going to bring it out to his own blue line. Fires a pass toward the left side for Husnudinov. Got knocked away from him at the attacking blue line. Ducks have possession. Radko Gudas off the near side, tipped ahead by Troy Terry. Jokiharju spins in behind the Bruins net. Up the far side, but the Bruins can't get it out. Wotherspoon goes back in behind the net. Took a bump from Terry and a chance right on the side of the net by Strome. Jokiharju will backhand it behind, and Wotherspoon's got it. Minute 15 into this first period. Bruins getting some changes on. Pastrnak will bring it out of his own zone. Knocked off his stick, coming ahead toward the red line. Ducks have possession again. Off the near side boards and kicked in by Gauthier. Lorai sent it across to the far side for Peak. Angle to pass out of the zone. Sacco gets it off to the right side and a shot coming down that right circle by Lysell. Turned aside by Gibson.
Yeah, good setup, but it starts off that nice breakout pass. You find a man in the middle of the ice, and now you're moving. Sacco, just as he gets over the line, feeds that puck over to Lysell. And Lysell with a smart shot. It's a good low shot to the right pad of Gibson. And the rebound is there if anybody's able to get to it, but it's a good, good chance off the rush.
Puck sent deep here by the Ducks. They will go for a change. Jonas Korpisalo tees it up at the side of the Bruins net. Michael Callahan partially fanned on a pass, but Beecher able to get to it in time. Keep the Ducks from getting a turnover. Lauko plays it toward the back of the Anaheim net. Off the far boards, courtesy of Brown. High slot, Lauko backing toward the blue line. Over to Callahan. His shot went wide to the short side, and puck is lifted up and out of the zone. Callahan back inside Boston territory. Pass tipped through neutral ice by Beecher. He'll head off as part of a change. Brown in on the forecheck. Knocks Minchikov off the puck, but in the slot, taken and fed ahead by Hellison. Chipped on into the Bruins zone. Jokiharju looking over his shoulder as he goes back into the near corner. Plays it along for Elias Lindholm. Now through the neutral ice. Lettieri will give chase, but Jackson Lacombe on to get it here for Anaheim. Gudas behind the net. Gives back to Lacombe along the far side. Works his way through the center ice circle. In across the Boston line. McTavish along the near wall. Fired one back across the ice. Zegras picks it up off the carom. Walks it along the blue line. Pass off to McTavish in the right circle now. Feeds a pass in behind the net. Taken by Colangelo toward the far side. Back to Lacombe. His shot never made it through. Lettieri in the slot got bumped away from it. Now Lorai's got it on his stick.
Terry's having a good year. Their leading scorer so far this season. You've got some guys that can hurt you offensively, but they're not an overly offensive team.
Bruins and Ducks both getting some changes on here with the puck inside the Anaheim zone. Outlet pass comes to Terry, coming through neutral ice. Steps in across the line, took the shot. Blocker stopped by Korpisalo.
Yeah, you try not to back in too far, especially you get that gap in the neutral zone nice and tight there, but Terry was able to exploit it, get into the zone, and right down the middle that time for the shot.
Pastrnak will lead the Bruins through neutral ice, sends it softly down the right wing corner. Middlestat will get in there and get a stick in there first. Pasta joins him in that far corner, but the Ducks will come away with it. Here's Terry back through the neutral zone on the right side. Plays it around Callahan and all the way around the Bruins zone. Off the far side boards, it comes free. And Ian Mitchell back in the lineup with Zadorov out tonight. Played it up the middle. Missed it. And back come the Ducks. Gauthier with a low shot. This save made by Korpisalo. The rebound ended up just wide of the net. Chance for Leo Carlson. Here's another shot from the right circle. And another save, this time with the stick. At the back of the net, Killorn will bring it up the near side. They work it around to the far circle, and that shot smothered by Korpisalo. Yeah. He hangs on to it.
You know, pretty simple pass up the middle of the ice for the Bruins, but it's missed. And all of a sudden, Anaheim coming right back the other way. Carlson with the best opportunity down low, but I mean, that's a simple pass. Now the D have to back in because you missed that pass. You're not able to get up in the play quickly enough. And that leads to a really good scoring chance that time coming into the zone. And it was Gauthier that had that opportunity. He's a left shot moving from right to left into the middle of the ice. Gets a nice little decoy with that center drive and pushes the D back.
Leonard Gauthier, former BC Eagle. Face-off win here by the Ducks. Hellison tried a shot that's blocked by Lauko from the near circle. He feeds it out of the zone. Brown through neutral ice. Carries into the left circle, takes a shot, and Gibson made the save. Brown chased his own rebound into the corner to keep it alive. Jokiharju over to Wotherspoon. He gets his shot through some traffic to the net. Gibson covers that up.
Yeah, Brown was able to use Mishkov as a screen that time. He's coming down the left wing side, gets that shot away, right shot. That was all after Lauko blocks the shot inside the Bruins zone.
We got 5:06 gone here in the first period. Scoreless early on in Anaheim. Two teams met once before this season. And 3-2 overtime loss on home ice for the Bruins back on February 22nd. The Bruins roster has turned over quite a bit since that game. Sacco wins an attack zone faceoff back to Wotherspoon. Handed off to Geekie. Over to Jokiharju, and he'll play it into the far corner. Fabian Lysell trying to pull it away from Trouba. Instead, it's forced out of the zone. Jokiharju skating back to settle a rolling puck inside Boston territory. Pivots out of the far corner, up the far right wing side. Now a rink-wide pass. Geekie chasing that, but Trouba got there first, and the Ducks step forward here. On the near side boards, it's Lundestrom. Into the corner. Leaves it off the wall. Harkins pushed it back to Trouba. Now at the blue line, Geekie takes one away, but he'll just dump it in from the red line and head off on a change. Sacco chasing Zellweger behind the Ducks net into the far corner. He reversed it around toward the near side. Anaheim breaks out with McTavish sending a long pass up the left wing side. Right back to McTavish. Left circle is shot. And Korpisalo the save, and he's able to grab the rebound. 13:56 left here in the first period. We are scoreless early in Anaheim on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Blink and get more. More what, you ask? More value with smart home security at an even smarter price. More simplicity with easy install. More convenience with up to 2 years of battery life. And more connection so you can check in from anywhere. Hi, Boomer. Who's a good boy? The best part? With Blink Smart Home Security, you'll get all this without spending more. So blink and get more. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/blink.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Start your 2025 in a new F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 straight years. Scoreless 13:56 to go here in the first period.
Yeah, the Bruins, they've been guilty a few times now of backing in a little bit too much. That neutral zone, not as tight as they would like it to be. That forces the D back. That last one was Zegras making a nice move, coming down the left wing, attacking the triangle between the skate and the stick, and then making that pass off for McTavish and the chance.
Puck in the neutral zone here. Carried in across the line by Zegras. Tried to center it, blocked by Peak down on the knee.
That was a 2-on-1. But you had Lori in on the forecheck, which they probably don't want. And all of a sudden it leads to a 2-on-1. You forward back there playing D, and one pass, and all of a sudden it's a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Elias Lindholm was back trying to cover for him. It's puck in the Boston zone here. Zegras in that left wing corner, steps in behind the Bruins net, sends one right out in front for McTavish, and up over the net goes his shot. It'll come back in behind the net here, and Lori's got it. 7 minutes into this first period. Lori waiting for his teammates to finish a change. Now passes up into the middle here. Pastrnak flips it left side, trying to find a cutting Husnudinov, taking off his stick. Vetrano will bring the Ducks back with speed. Moving to his left, shot it just wide on the stick side. On the near circle, Strome pushed it to Terry, going behind the Bruins net. Shadowed by Wotherspoon. Now Lacombe stepping in left circle, walks right to the front of the net, and knocked away by Korpisalo. Backhanded out of the zone by Husnudinov. Radko Gudas retreats back here for Anaheim. Angles a puck off the near boards to Vetrano at center ice. Brought back in by Strome. On the far circle, and a shot by Terry. Taken by Korpisalo, no rebound.
It's been a common theme here. You know, we're not even halfway through this period, not even 8 minutes into the period, but, you know, the chances that Anaheim has generated, a lot of it's been off the rush. That last one for McTavish in the slot area, he shot over the net, but that was off the cycle. But most of it's been off the rush, and the Bruins D really backing in and giving a lot of space to Anaheim entering the zone.
Face-off will be to the right of Korpisalo. Off the far wall, Ducks control it and get set up on offense here. Killorn with a shot that redirects up and over the net. On the near corner, Carlson digging for it. Callahan gets it for the Bruins, pushed it behind the net. Far side, Lysell trying to come back and make the play on it, but forced back in behind the net. Off the near boards, it'll come for Zacha. Zacha pivots and can't get the puck into the middle, take it away. Killorn got it back to the point, and a deflected shot got through. Korpisalo made the save on a short hopper in front of his crease. Gauthier from the blue line with a shot, and that's knocked down. And Bruins get possession here with Callahan playing it off the far wall, but can't get it out. Kept alive by Trouba. Trouba. Actually, it'll come all the way back around. Trouba down into the right corner. Centering pass and tipped toward the net and wide by Gauthier. Lysell takes a hit. Can't get the puck cleared. Brought through the high slot by Gauthier. Handed off for Zellweger. Zellweger pass for Hellison. Went right by him, and the Bruins will get it out.
He thought he had some help from that left side. He let the puck go.
Boston trying to get some changes on here as the Ducks get it deep. Right off the bat, Lundestrom chasing down into the corner after he dumped it in. On the near wall, Lauko helped it free. Brown will move it through neutral ice. Beecher gets into the left corner, gets the puck behind the Ducks net. Far circle, though, it's free. And Nestorenko looking to move it up ice. Right in front of the Ducks bench. Beecher drops it back. It'll come cross ice now to Lori and dumped in around behind Gibson. 10.5 to go here in the first period. Neither team's found the net so far. Coming out of his own zone, Lundestrom. Pass directed toward the Bruins net. Korpisalo plays it away from the side there for Peak. And he'll drop it back for Lori as they change up front. Lori skates it. Passes left side out of the reach of Husnudinov. Was directed in around behind Gibson. Lacombe. As the Ducks break out. Puck got away from McTavish coming through the neutral ice. Angled back toward the near side. Gudas plays it across ice. And Lacombe has to try to outrace Husnudinov over there. Thrown back through the slot. Pastrnak into the near corner. Trying to get possession. Gudas able to fight him off. Works his way out into the neutral zone. Gudas trying to swing a pass left or to the right side for Zegras. Was tipped up into the air. All the way around the boards, it goes in behind the net. Back to Zegras on the near side. Taken away by Pastrnak. He'll lead the Bruins out along with Middlestat near side. Chips it in. Pasta will chase. Middlestat will head off on a change. Ducks moving from left to right. Terry knocks down a waist-high pass toward the Boston line, but they're going to get whistled offside on the play here. We'll step aside with 9:12 to go in this first period. No score in Anaheim on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin plus antioxidant CNE help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Spring nursing graduates, join Brown University Health for our hiring event on April 9th from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Rhode Island Nursing Education Center in Providence. We're interviewing for full and part-time positions, all shifts. Tap to register.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
And sign up for the Bruins Authentics newsletter. Be the first to know about the latest auctions and when new Bruins game used, team issued, and team stock memorabilia is released. Visit bostonbruins.com/newsletter to sign up now. 9:12 left here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Ducks. As Anaheim controls the faceoff to resume things, Terry able to get it through Callahan into the Bruins zone, but Mitchell will bring it back toward the near side. That catch the referee in the corners.
I don't know. The Callahan and Mitchell just ran into one another and went down.
Strome got it back toward the point. Shot blocked off into the far corner with Terry. Gets in there for the Bruins here. They'll come in front of the net. Mitchell.
That's a good look. I mean, I like that play. That's a confident play. Use the middle of the ice. The boards are sealed off. You're under some pressure.
Frank Petrano will start the Ducks out of their own zone. Terry had a pass come into his skates, able to kick it back to his stick, and had Petrano coming down the left circle, but Peak made the play. On the far wall, Lindholm trying to battle out of the zone. Gets a little help there from Terry. Through the neutral ice comes Lohrei. 1-on-3, took a shot that just went up over the crossbar and ends up going out of play.
I think Gibson might have got a piece of that. Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local leader. Between the Pipes for Anaheim is John Gibson. For the Bruins, it's Jonas Korpisalo.
Korpisalo took the loss in San Jose the other night. Stopped 18 out of 20 on Saturday.
You know, you go back to that chance there for Lohrei. We'll get to it on the next whistle.
Shot gets blocked here. Lohrei out at the blue line. Able to push it down the left wing circle. Lysell back to Lohrei. That shot with Geekie in front. Ended up tipping off into the far corner. Peak down there deep along with Lysell. Tried to center it, but taken away. And the outlet by Killorn broken up near the blue line. And as the puck bats around, the Bruins are offside.
Yeah, I'm just going to go say, you know, you go back to that. And that puck, Peak breaks up a play, and it's a 50-50 puck in the corner, and he wins the battle. Now the Bruins are out of the zone, and they're coming up the ice. Even though they're on a line change, you know, Lohrei gets the pass, and he's able to back the D off and get the shot away. But it starts with that will that Joe Sacco was talking about, and the battle level and the battles that need to be won. And that's a really good example of it with Peak right there. It's nothing that'll show up on the score sheet, but it shows up in the locker room on the bench, and you know who's competing, who wants to win, who's sick of losing, you know, when you see a play like that.
Andrew Peak playing in his 300th career game in the NHL tonight. Battle for possession in the Anaheim zone. Puck came to Hellison coming behind the net, and the Ducks break out. Dumped into the near corner, chopped along the wall toward Brown. He's surrounded by 3 orange sweaters. Hellison at the point holds the puck in. Dealt over to Lundestrom. Pivots away from Lauko. Sends it back deep. Jokiharju will play it up the wall. Lauko trying to get it cleared. But Lundestrom holds his ground. And thrown back into the fray there by Minchikov. Kick back toward him at the left point. Over to Trouba near side. His shot up high on Korpisalo. Made the save.
Yeah, I got bumped into it because he came out past that blue paint that time.
Take away along the near circle by Beecher. He'll drop it back. Bruins needing a change. Wotherspoon fires a pass up the left side. Brown helps it forward, or did he not? No, it's going to be an icing.
Yeah, you had bodies going to the net. I think that was Nestorenko going to the net on that point shot. And Bruins trying to prevent him from getting there. And Korpisalo comes out to cut down the angle, and there's a bump there, but he's able to make the save, keep it out. Big challenge for all these D today. I mean, it has been a challenge for them all season long, but especially missing some of the guys you're missing.
Well, you mentioned in the pregame, I mean, you're basically missing from the beginning of the season your top 4 defensemen now out of the lineup. With McAvoy and Lindholm, Carlo, who was traded, and now Zadorov out. On the near side, puck will come back down the wall, and Wotherspoon around behind the net. Jokiharju up the right side trying to find Brown, but can't make contact with it. That'll be another icing.
Yeah, it just, I mean, that's, you know, whether you think Lohrei or Zadorov is your 4th defenseman or top 4 defenseman, either way, I mean, you're missing borderline your top 4 from the start of the season. And you're missing Lindholm for a while, and Carlo goes to Toronto in the trade. Good to see McAvoy, as we talked about in the pregame show, out here skating with the team. I think it's important for him to get back in that locker room a little bit, even though you're not playing.
Toronto tried to get off a quick shot off the face-off, but had it smothered. Kusnedinov chasing on into the Anaheim zone. Puck off the near boards, and we got a penalty coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding call. I think it's going to be Kusnedinov that goes.
As he pursued that puck a little too vehemently. 5:50 to go here in the first period. Anaheim will get the first power play of the game. No score between the Bruins and Ducks here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit-pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C&E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
We're in Baton Rouge at the original Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
Todd started this place 28 years ago with one goal in mind: making the best chicken fingers in the world. We got their famous box combo, chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast slaw, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide.
based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
5:50 to go here in the first period. No score. Anaheim will get the first power play of this game. Murat Husnudinov whistled off for holding. So the Ducks power play, which ranks second from the bottom in the league at 12.6%. They'll get a crack at the lead here. They win the faceoff in the Boston zone. Toronto got it back to the point. They work it quickly down to the left circle, and Terry's shot knocked away off the body of Korpisalo.
I thought Terry might go to Strome there in that low slot. Quick pass.
Witherspoon able to clear the puck the length of the ice. Gibson will hand it off for Owen Zellweger. Ducks moving from left to right here in the first period. Zellweger drops it back. Terry gathering speed through neutral ice. Try to pass it off to the left side, and they'll wind up offside.
Yeah, Korpisalo's been sharp. You know, there's been a couple rebounds, but they've had some pretty dangerous shots Anaheim has off the rush. And the last one on the power play here, Terry from kind of a sharp angle as he moved into the left wing circle. But if you can get the Bruins penalty kill spread out, it's going to give you an avenue to the net. And I said he had an option also to go to Strome in the slot if he wanted to.
12 saves through the first almost 15 minutes of this game for Korpisalo. Terry gives off for Strome along the right wing side. He'll play around behind the net. Goes all the way around to Killorn. Out near the blue line. Zellweger fires it back toward the far corner. They work it across the ice now to Vetrano at the top of the right circle. Off the near wall. Back to Zellweger. Vetrano at the right circle. Gave it up. Got it right back. Near the hash marks. Sends it right to the side of the net. Killorn sent it right through the crease. It'll be cleared now by Jokiharju. All the way down ice it goes. 47 to go on the power play here for Anaheim. Jackson Lacombe finds Carlson coming out across his own blue line. Carlson able to carry in across the line. Cross ice pass gets to McTavish at the right circle. McTavish toward Carlson in the high slot. Over to that far side. And right back as they work it around quickly to the right circle. McTavish one-timed it wide to the short side. Lacombe along the blue line. Zegras looking down low and angled off the backboards and out in front to scramble.
Broken play. It led to a great chance.
Lacombe at the left point. 6 seconds to go on the power play. Zegras out of the corner. Back to Lacombe. Onto the right circle again. McTavish. This one on goal and the save made. And no rebound just as the power play time expired. So Husnudinov out of the box. And the game still scoreless with 3:49 to go here in the first.
Anaheim zipped it around pretty well that time. I mean, they settled for a couple of those shots on that right side. But that broken play was Carlson who had the chance. The pass was intended down low and it went off the back wall right out in front. And Carlson had a whack at that puck.
Face off in the defensive zone with the teams back to 5-on-5. Casey Middlestad out to take the draw and wins it. Lohrei for Mitchell behind the net. The pass intended for Pastrnak missed him. Comes back in behind, and Lohrei will bring it toward the near side this time. Up the left side, Geekie into the middle. Mitchell jumping up, plays it ahead for Pastrnak, tipped it deep. Pasta gets in there and gets to it first around Lacombe. To the far circle, and Pasta goes down, and a penalty now coming against the Ducks. So at 3:27 to go in the first, Bruins having just killed off one of their own will get a power play chance.
Nobody's copping to it right now. I thought it might have been Lacombe. He was the guy in tow, was he not?
He's in denial right now. If it is, he's trying to line up for the face-off.
Then it was a forward because the referee's over there grabbing somebody else.
Anaheim 62 has 2 minutes. We're tripping.
Nikita Nesterenko, another former BC Eagle.
Yeah, he's got his stick in. It was Lacombe chasing, but yeah, as Pastrnak was coming up to the top of the right wing circle, Nesterenko getting his stick in.
So Bruins first power play of the night. And off the draw, puck comes toward the net. It's grabbed by Gudas, and he'll send it all the way down. Power play brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools are built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. Pastrnak able to wheel it around the Anaheim net. Gudas, though, wrapped it back into that far corner. Lacombe pushed it up the wall, and all the way down ice it goes, courtesy of Isaac Lundestrom. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first period. 90 seconds to go in the man advantage. Middlestat with a pass through neutral ice. Picked off at the blue line by Hellison. Pushed back in across the line now, and Middlestat fighting his way into the far corner. Get some help from Geekie over there as the Bruins try to gain possession. It'll come free, and the Ducks will poke it out. Carlson deals over right wing side on a 2-on-1, right back in front, and he scores. Leo Carlson with a shorthanded goal gets the Ducks on the board with 2.5 to go here in the first.
Yeah, it was actually a 3-on-2 basically for Anaheim. They had a guy coming late, but they elect to make this pass. So they win a battle in the corner, get this puck up the boards, and then the Bruins get caught kind of reaching along the wall. Carlson's able to pull that puck and get going the other way. Lindholm's the guy back checking. Killorn's going to make a saucer pass past the stick of Lohrei from right side over to the left side, and Carlson, the left shot, goes top shelf just under the bar on Korpisalo, and a nice finish. It all starts with battles down low.
It's the 11th shorthanded goal allowed by the Bruins this season. It's just the second scored by the Ducks this year as a bouncing puck goes toward the side of the net. Bruins still have 38 seconds left on this power play. Now a pass taken away by Lundestrom, and he's got a chance to clear and does. 17th goal of the season for Leo Carlson, who had the overtime game winner in the first meeting between these teams this year. Pass picked off coming into the attack zone. Usmanov regains coming back toward the Boston line. He's got it on his stick again with 13 to go on the man advantage. Now Lysell off a chip in. Trouba wins it, plays it up the far boards. Terry will just fire it all the way down toward Korpisalo. And the power play comes to an end with Nestorenko sprung from the box. Minute 20 to go here in the period. Puck sent deep to the back of the Ducks net. Battling toward the near circle was Brown. The Duck, it's Gudas without a stick, able to pick it back up as the puck came back in his direction. But Lauko wins the battle. Around the far circle, he's got the puck. Back to Wotherspoon at the left point. Faked a shot. Dealt it toward Brown near circle. Now Beecher pushed into the corner. Trying to stay with it against Gudas. Lacombe reaching in there as well with a stick. Puck popped free. Beecher's got it. Wheels it back in behind the net to Brown. 45 to go in the period. Brown looking off the far wall, trying to get it to Peak, but forced out of the zone instead. Peak's pass to Beecher near center ice. Lauko up the middle, chopped away by Gudas. A chance here on a backhand by Lysell coming through the slot. Gibson makes the save and covers it up.
Yeah, he's had two chances this period. That was a little bit of a broken play, but they push Anaheim's D back that time. And Gudas had knocked the puck away, but Lauko keeps it alive. And Lysell moving from right to left on his backhand. Almost snuck that one in short side on Gibson.
Gibson making his 27th start of the year. Played in the first game between these two teams and left after 2 periods. As the puck comes down the far circle, Yoki Harju went wide. He's actually hasn't finished 2 of his last 4 starts because of injury.
Injuries have been a big part of, unfortunately for him, for a while now.
Yoki Harju chasing it back toward the Boston blue line. Final seconds of the period about to tick off. And the Bruins are offside, and they whistle it down with 1.1 to go. So we'll get one more face-off in the neutral ice before the teams head to the locker room for the first intermission. Geekie wins that face-off, but no time to do anything with it. And so as they head to the first break here, it's Anaheim with a 1-0 lead at the end of 20 minutes. And we'll be back with our first intermission coming up here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
WIC is a supplemental nutrition program that plays a crucial role in improving the health and well-being of children by providing families access to healthy foods, nutritional education, and other essential support services. WIC programs help improve the long-term health outcomes of mothers and children by ensuring all eligible families, regardless of immigration status, have access to cost-free nutrition resources they need to thrive. If you or someone you know could benefit from WIC, visit health.ri.gov/WIC or reach out to your local WIC office to learn more about eligibility and how to apply.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between, it's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo! And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply. Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Bruins trailing 1-0 to the Anaheim Ducks after one period of play. And as part of our first intermission tonight, we're going to take a look back at the career best season for Morgan Geekie. His first season with the Bruins last year saw him set career highs with 17 goals and 39 points. So expectations were higher coming into his second year in the black and gold. But Geekie started off the season without a goal in the first 16 games. He was even a healthy scratch a few times in there. But once he got going, he really got going. He's up to a career-high 25 goals and a career-high tying 39 points on the season. He's been one of the most consistent players in the second half of the season for the Bruins. So let's take a look back at the 2024-25 campaign for Morgan Geekie.
I mean, everyone goes through it. It's just like how bad it's going to be, and it's just trying not to get too low. And obviously, it's mentally it's tough, and everyone fights their own battles. But it's just one of those things, you know, kind of take it in stride and be a good teammate and a good pro and come to work every day and you know, just try to work your way out of it.
Pastrnak moving it down the right circle, sends it across, and they score! Morgan Geekie one-times home the pass from Pastrnak, and the Bruins cut the lead in half. Arlo will bring it out to neutral ice. Mans it along to Pastrnak. Pastrnak Played into the middle, looking for Sacco. Forced into the near side circle. Pastrnak back to Sacco. Sends one across. Shot, they score! And it's Geekie from the left circle, putting the Bruins back in front 3-2. Osterley will wheel it back deep here. Brazo right behind the net. Got it out in front, and Geekie coming on, scores! Geekie was just coming on from the bench, came right down the slot in his second effort. Gets it behind Mrazek. It's 1-1. Grabbed here by Reichel, moving toward the high slot. Backhander block. Brazo sends it away, and here's Geekie on a breakaway. Shoots and scores! Second of the night for Morgan Geekie, and the Bruins make it 4-2.
I feel like I've been all around it, just haven't been able to put one in. So it's nice to get two for sure, but, you know, I'm going to try to keep it going.
Sacco turns onto his forehand before ball knocks it away from him. Pasternak's got it now far circle. Back to Lohrei, one-timer. Misfired, but it came to Geekie in front. He scores. Lohrei's stick snapped, but the Bruins get a good bounce, and Geekie finishes it to cut it to a 3-2 game. Jack Johnson under pressure. It comes free to Geekie, stepping, scores! Puck came right to Geekie, high slot as he moved to his left. He fires into the back of the net. It's 2-0 Bruins.
You know, just try to get into that shoot first mentality a little bit more. You know, try not to distribute as much, but you know, I think our line's been playing well.
Pasternak's got it. He starts up ice, up the right wing side. Bruins going left to right. Centering pass, and Geekie scores! Just like that, Bruins have tied it at 1. There's Sacco taking one off the far wall. Behind the net to Pastrnak. Pastrnak steps out in front, score! It's Geekie again, and the Bruins have a 2-1 lead.
Well, like I said earlier, I think he's seeing it offensively right now. That's from my standpoint. That's what I see right now, and that line has developed some chemistry here the last little while. They're finding their spots in the offensive zone, reading off each other well, and yeah, and Geeks is doing a good job. He's finishing his chances, and 88's playing pretty good hockey right now.
Off the far wall to Lohrei, minute 15 to go. Lohrei center of the blue line, back to Geekie, scores! A blast from the left circle. Here's Marchand, tic-tac-toe. Geekie scores! Off the rebound, they got it to Geekie, and he fires it home. It's 3-0. Lohrei from the left circle, sends one all the way across. Sacco had to settle that one. And it's Pastrnak to Sacco. Send it across. Geekie scores! Geekie standing inside the face-off circle, one times it in, and the Bruins have tied it at 3. Off the near boards from Geekie, back to Beek. Shot knocked away by Kochetkov. Rebound, score! And it's Geekie from the far circle. Ties the game at 1. Sacco wheels it back in deep. Kochetkov then active out of the net. Get back there after that puck. Deep, a drive blocked by Slavin. Came to Pastrnak. A chance in front, score! And it's Geekie again. Ties the game at 2.
I learn a lot from him. I've learned a lot from him all year, and you know, he wants me to shoot as much as he wants to shoot too. So it's good. I'm not afraid to shoot it for sure, and just, you know, try to work with him on lanes that he sees and lanes that he likes. And I think things that are 5-on-5 kind of transfer a little bit, and sometimes it's a little bit easier with one less guy out there. So yeah, just continue to get open for him. And I think our whole group as a whole is, you know, definitely learning each other's habits and stuff like that.
4:52 to go here in the first. And a long pass finds Geekie behind the defense. Geekie scores! Able to fight off the back check, went to the forehand, and gives the Bruins the lead. Steal by Sacco, gets it right in front to Geekie, he scores! Kings were coming out of the zone, Sacco took it away, and Geekie ties the game at 2.
With Geeks, he's really seeing the ice. He's seeing the ice well offensively right now. He's able to find spots on the ice. He's got a great shot. He's not afraid to use it. And just the opportunity, too, that he's had playing with Pasta, he's taken advantage of it, too. David's obviously an elite offensive player in the league, and when you get your opportunity to play with him, you try to make the most of it, and Geeks is doing that. So, you know, good for him and good on him.
Look back at the career best season for the Bruins. Morgan Geekie, 25 goals, 39 points on the year coming into tonight. Well, we will have a check of the out-of-town scoreboard when we return. Bruins trail 1-0 to the Ducks in our first intermission here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
We're in Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
We got chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast, and their world-famous cane sauce. We'll shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Ducks leading the Bruins 1-0 after one period here in Anaheim. Let's take a look at some limited action around the NHL tonight. The New York Islanders had a chance to grab hold of the second wild card spot in the East if they could get a win tonight over Vancouver. But unfortunately for New York, they suffered their first regulation loss in 7 games, a 5-2 Canucks victory. Kiefer Sherwood, 2 goals and an assist for Vancouver. Former Bruin Derek Forbert chipped in a goal in that one as well. So Vancouver with that 5-2 win. The New Jersey Devils picked up just their second win in their last 6 games. A 5-3 win tonight in Chicago over the Blackhawks. Dawson Mercer with a goal and an assist in that one for New Jersey. And one other game that is in progress right now in Edmonton. The Oilers playing without Leon Draisaitl and without Connor McDavid in this one as they play host to the Dallas Stars, 2 of the top teams in the Western Conference. Dallas is out to a 1-0 lead late in the first period in that one. By the way, the update from head coach Chris Knobloch in Edmonton today. Draisaitl could be back in about a week. McDavid will be longer than that. He was originally projected to be out for a week, but it looks like it's going to be longer than that for Connor McDavid. So that's a look at your out-of-town scores. The Bruins trailing 1-0 here in Anaheim. We'll have the second period coming up here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
We got chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast, and their world famous cane sauce. We'll shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Miles here is an electrician running wiring for this new home build.
Good morning.
Miles doesn't have time for funny business.
I guess.
Miles traded up to serious commercial auto insurance from Geico for customized coverage that grows with his business, all for seriously low rates.
So, where's the Geico surprise cameo?
Come again?
You know, like some big, famous football player or something. He's gonna bust for that wall, isn't he?
No, this ad is serious business.
Guys, get over here. You gotta see this.
No, there's nothing funny over here. Sorry. Get more with Geico Commercial Insurance. Trade up today at geico.com/commercial.
Mazda?
Once you discover the Mazda CX-5,
Mazda?
it doesn't take long to get it. With standard all-wheel drive, a premium interior, and advanced safety features, it's an SUV that gives you more at every turn. It will have you saying,
Mazda.
The Mazda CX-5. It's made to move you.
Every Mazda SUV offers you an elevated driving experience and refined performance. Discover it at Tasca Mazda Cranston.
Is your relationship with your bank in a rut? Might be time for someone new. At Navigant Credit Union, we offer better rates, fewer fees, and support that puts you first. Don't put it off. Join Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
As the Bruins try to gain possession, it'll come free, and the Ducks will poke it out. Carlson deals over right wing side on a 2-on-1, right back in front, and he scores. Leo Carlson with a shorthanded goal gets the Ducks on the board with 2.5 to go here in the first. Leo Carlson's 17th goal of the season, set up by Alex Killorn and Drew Hellison at 17:33 of the first period. That shorthanded goal, the 11th allowed by the Bruins, which ties the Tampa Bay Lightning for most this season in the NHL, and has Anaheim on the board 1-0 as we go to the second period. They outshot the Bruins 15-5 in that first period. Attempts were 27-11. Advanced TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. So we'll see how the Bruins can respond to start this second period here. They'll be going from left to right on offense, as Elias Lindholm and Mason McTavish take the face-off to get things going. Puck batted toward the Anaheim zone. Hellison able to clear it with some pressure put on him by Koepke. Bruins will drive it back deep with Terry forechecking into the near corner. Help to poke it free, but taken back by Minchikov. He circles back behind his own net, gets away from some pressure, and the puck volleyed out of the zone by Zegras. McTavish brings it across the Boston line, trying to move it into the middle, back checking with Terry. Knocked it off his stick, and it goes in on goal, covered up by Jonas Korpisalo.
You know, you break down that first period, obviously Anaheim was the better team. You know, they were able to back the Bruins defense up on a few occasions and got some pretty good scoring opportunities from it. Had some good pressure in the offensive zone, but if you're the Bruins, you're scoreless. You just killed off a power play for Anaheim. You're about to go on a power play of your own. You go on the power play with just over 3 minutes to go. You have an opportunity to get this to 1-0, and it goes the other way, 1-0 on the shorthanded goal.
Turnaround shot by Zegras, tipped up and over the net by Korpisalo. That one wide from Zellweger, and Lauko chops it to the blue line, but not out. Trouba got it back to McTavish in the right wing corner. He works it back to Trouba at the point, over to Zellweger, back across the ice, out of McTavish's reach, and Lohrei gets it to Lauko, and the Bruins will start out. Patrick Brown through the neutral zone. Chips it on the left wing boards. Beecher tried to throw into the net. Bounced off a body and wide. Peak to the near side hash marks. Keeps it alive. Now fires from out near the point on the feed. And that one angled wide of the net. McTavish will bring the Ducks back ahead. Has some room up the right wing side. Sends it across. Zegras left circle, a shot and a save with a right pad by Korpisalo. And he gets the rebound and covers that as well as Zellweger was crashing the doorstep.
Yeah, it's again off the rush though, right? You get this chance from the left wing circle. Good speed coming into the zone. Poke, trying to establish that forecheck, and Anaheim's able to come out. And this shot's taken from the dot. I mean, that's how far back the Bruins have been so far in this game. And there's a rebound chance there for Zellweger as well. He's in tight. He really can't do much with it except try to jam it home. But Zegras with the chance to shot from the left wing side. He's an enigma, is he not?
Yes.
You know, like, is he going to take that next step and really explode? And you know, or is it a little oil and water with him and Greg Cronin? I mean, not around it enough to know, but he's certainly got the skill level to do it. Now does he have the attitude and the want to be able to become a better player?
He's got 2 seasons of 23 goals, 60-plus points. He's put up 39 points, or excuse me, 24 points in 45 games this year.
Well, he was hurt for a while, yeah.
The loose puck here in the neutral ice. 9th overall pick back in 2019 out of BU. There's a drive by Gudas, that one blocked. And the Bruins, Fabian Lysell, able to get it cleared. And back toward the Boston zone here along the far wall. Gauthier. They'll push it back down toward the end boards. Mitchell send it to Lysell. Lifts it up into the air. Bouncing puck. Corralled by Sacco, who gets it to Husnudinov, cutting toward the right wing side. He'll go all the way in behind the Anaheim net. Bruins getting some changes while Husnudinov able to keep possession of the puck. Now Middlestat, crossing pass at Jokiharju coming down the right side, but poked away by Terry. Ducks get it cleared. Pastrnak has it back near the red line. Lifts one into the right wing corner with his backhand. Husnudinov reaching for it. Came back to Pastrnak, fired in front off of Middlestat. Couldn't get it onto his stick. Vetrano will send one back toward Korpisalo. On the near side boards, Terry takes it away toward the side of the net. Strome trying to jam it in along the near post. Korpisalo held his ground. Trouba gets it back deep. On to Terry now in the left corner. Back up top for Vetrano, high slot, and he one-timed it wide. Now a drive, and that one tipped toward the net and hit the post and went away. Husnudinov, did he get it? He did get it cleared.
Well, he didn't, but it would have been a hand pass.
Would have been a hand pass. Okay, that's what the arm was up on the linesman. Wotherspoon now bringing ahead. Pastrnak, right circle, moving in. Had a shot blocked. Zellweger will start to carry up ice. Now deals a pass ahead for Harkins. Can't get any momentum going toward the Boston zone. Free puck comes back onto a Terry. He'll bank it off the near boards and in deep. Kepke to it first. Brings along the hash marks. Turns and fires one through the top of the crease. Rims back around toward the near side. Peak pinching down the wall. The puck gets shot past him and goes all the way down for an icing here against Anaheim with 4:05 gone in the second period.
You know, you mentioned a little earlier the shorthanded goal given up by the Bruins that they tied Tampa in that department for most. The big difference is Tampa's power play is 6th in the league. They've scored 50 power play goals.
They've more than made up for the mistakes. Crowd recognizing Alex Killorn getting an assist for his 300th career assist in that first period. Face-off won by Anaheim. Trouba fires it off the far glass, knocked down by Lettieri, and then as he tried to shoot, it's redirected up over the end glass, out of play.
Now you look down at the roster, just playing today for Anaheim. They have 10 draft picks in their lineup. And they have some lower picks. Like Troy Terry he's their leading scorer. He was drafted in the 5th round.
Right.
I mean, they have some high picks. And if you throw Cutter Gauthier in there because he never played for the Flyers, but he wasn't their actual pick. But
he was a 5th overall pick for Philadelphia and chose not to sign. So that puck goes out of play again.
Zegras, McTavish, those guys are fairly high picks. Lacombe, who's emerging into a really good defenseman. He's a second rounder.
Attack zone face-off here once again. Ducks will control. Hellison finds a lane to get out of the zone. Pass ahead. Sent forward by Killorn. Peak. Got it to Lori on the far side wall. Sacco tried to play it into the middle. Disrupted, but they do get it out of the zone. Now free puck picked up at center ice here by Lori. Gets bumped off it coming in to the attack zone. Now the Bruins have to hustle back. Dumped in deep by Killorn. Stopped behind the net by Korpisalo. Down the far wall. Zegras able to keep alive. Killorn along the top of the face-off circle lost it. Lori over to Peak. And he'll play it up the right side for Fabian Lysell. Lysell drops it to Sacco. Over for a one-timer by Geekie from the high slot, but Gibson sniffed that out. Makes the save and covers it up.
Yeah, good opportunity there. That's a nice little passing play. Move that puck up. Lysell drops it off for Sacco, and then Sacco finds the middle of the ice for the one-timer by Geekie.
Geekie had that stick in the air, ready to go, calling for the puck. 5 minutes exactly gone by here in the second period. Bruins trailing 1-0. Face-off win again in the defensive zone by the Ducks. Off the near wall, Zegras gets it to McTavish to the Boston line. Chips it through Mitchell. Callahan in the near corner got there first, though, for Boston. Middlestat along the wall. Plays it across ice, just out of Pasternak's reach in the neutral zone. Gudas finds Lacombe and back across the ice to the far side. Colangelo will chip it down into the right wing corner. Colangelo, born Stoneham, former Boston Junior Bruin, played at Northeastern.
He's a fifth-round pick. Their right wing, 2 fifth-round picks, their own.
We get a whistle here and Bruins offside. And we were talking to some of the folks here in Anaheim today about the Boston connections. They abound here as well. Former Northeastern head coach Greg Cronin, you talked about your connection with him at Maine.
Yep.
Back when you were in college.
Yeah, he's pretty happy to see Maine in the tournament here.
Cronin
tomorrow night? No, Friday night. Friday night.
Black Bears will be taking on Penn State in the opening round in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Tough draw for a top seed, basically playing a road game. Brown angled one off the far boards, shot by Wotherspoon, didn't make it to the net. Out of the near corner, Lauko chipped it away from Vetrano, but the Ducks will get it out. 6:10 gone by here in the second period. Jokiharju back deep in his own zone. Pass up through the neutral ice. Tapped ahead by Beecher. Vetrano's got it back here for the Ducks. Signed that extension earlier this year. We talked about it the last time these teams played. Deferring much of that money to much later in life.
Yeah, but it helps the salary cap, does it not? I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but you wonder if that's going to be something that a loophole that it's not a loophole, I guess, but something that gets changed in the next CBA.
And 3 years at $6 million per for the former Bruin. Slattery's shot tipped up and out of play off of Gibson over the far glass, and some people scrambling in the fifth row. So we'll step aside here with 13:06 to go in the second period. Bruins trailing 1-0 on the road here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. HR, trusted by over 30 companies. It handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, and new HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
And the Bruins will be back on home ice on Tuesday night to face off against the Capitals at 7 p.m. Plus, the Bees are celebrating Women in Sports Night presented by Rapid 7. Still time to lock in your seat. Just head to bostonbruins.com/tickets. Boston trailing 1-0 here.
Which day is that?
Tuesday night against Washington.
Ovechkin only needs 6 more. Probably got 2 games between now and then.
Yep. Never know when he can uncork a hat trick and suddenly be on top of it. 1-0 Bruins trail. Just about 7 minutes gone here in the second period as a pass across the ice. Looking for Geekie on that back door, but it's deflected out of play.
Face-off play. You know, they win the face-off, and that's Lori looking back door from the right wing side for Geekie, who's at that far post.
Now they'll line up for a face-off of that far circle down to our right here. Ducks will control this one. Zellweger feeds one for Zegras. Cross-ice pass. Here's McTavish. Drops it back, and a drive by Trouba. Save made by Korpisalo. Rebound pushed back toward the blue line. Trouba keeps it in. Fired across, and McTavish to the left circle. A save by Korpisalo, and then the rebound by Colangelo goes up and over the net.
The skilled guys for Anaheim are allowed to make plays in that offensive zone. They're going to look good.
Backhanded deep here, and it'll come around toward Andrew Peak at the blue line. Zegras takes away a crossing pass. Zegras feeds ahead. McTavish right circle and kicked away on that shot. Korpisalo, another big save.
Zegras went between the legs to get that puck up to him.
Here's Zacha. They work it around to Lysell. Zacha right circle, trying to go short side, just missed. And McTavish will bring back through the neutral ice here for the Ducks. They get a 3-on-2. Zegras dropped it back. McTavish on to Zegras. Throws one toward Korpisalo. Looked like he was trying to bank it off of him. In. Bruins will head back the other way. Jokiharju feathering a pass down the right circle. Husnadinov pushed it around into the far corner. Pastrnak had it briefly. Now on the far corner, it's Lacombe angled across ice. It'll come out of the zone. Jokiharju drives it back in from the red line, and it whistles all the way around and finds Zegras in the neutral ice.
Trying to get off the ice.
He got it right in front of the bench, and they worked it free to Troy Terry in the slot. Couldn't quite handle that pass. Terry now at the top of the left circle. Gave it for Strome. Back toward Terry, and that one missed him and comes all the way back into the neutral zone. 11:20 to go here in the second period. Anaheim leads 1-0. Radko Gudas gives to Lacombe. Skates it to the Boston line. Deals it left side for Vetrano. Coming down the circle to the back of the net. Shouldered by Jokiharju. Kept the puck moving around the far side. Hellison gives back to Vetrano. Trying to get it back to Hellison. It bounced off of Beecher. Vetrano, though, keeps it moving. Sends it across ice. Strome shot. Thrown to the net and tipped on goal by Terry. Good stop by Korpisalo. Gets it covered. And then a scrum breaks out right in behind the Bruins net.
It didn't start with Wotherspoon and Vetrano, but it certainly involved them. I don't think there's going to be any penalties here. Somebody took a little whack at Korpisalo.
The officials get everyone separated here. ...23 shots now for the Ducks on Jonas Korpisalo. He's had to come up with some big ones already here in the second period as well. Brown will take this face-off in the defensive zone, wins it from Carlson. Callahan looking to move it up ice. Brown keeps it moving. Minchikov trying to seal Beecher off of it. Beecher a little roughed up in the near corner, a little slow in getting up. Lauko plays it off the far boards back toward Brown in the corner. Ian Hellison now battling for it. They'll come around to Mitchell at the right point. Sent back deep. Brown with a rolling puck in the corner. Leaves it there for Lauko. Up against Carlson along the end boards. And we have a whistle and a penalty coming up. Holding is the indication. And the Bruins looks like going to get their second power play of the game here.
Anaheim 91, minor penalty holding.
Carlson will go off.
Oh, he's the one who has the short-handed goals. Yeah, he's in there on Lauko and gets that stick wrapped around him. Lauko makes sure that, I thought maybe he spins into it, which is smart. And that's going to have the, the appearance of having the hold going. And it's called a lot. Spins into where that hold's coming from. It's the stick hand.
So we'll see how the Bruins' second power play goes here as Lohrei gets it to Pastrnak. Gets it right back from Middlestat. Pasta's shot, though, blocked off the far wall. It's Geekie. Played it down the circle. Lindholm gets it down low to Middlestat. Right back to Lindholm. Geekie out at near the left point now. Lohrei to Pastrnak. He'll walk it to the center of the blue line. Try to pass it left circle for Geekie, but they got their communications crossed. Pastrnak now sending one across the ice. That's deflected. Middlestat to Lindholm out of the right corner, but his pass taken away and shot out of the zone. Lacombe has a ricochet right to him. He'll come ahead shorthanded. Down the left wing corner, Harkins tried to get it back to Lacombe, who had it but turned it over. Bruins trying to come back through neutral ice. Middlestat gets knocked down in a collision with Killorn. And back toward the Boston zone it goes about halfway through this power play. 9:15 to go in the second period. Boston down by a goal. Lohrei rims it around the Anaheim zone. Lettieri takes one away from Killorn. Pastrnak got it back to Jokiharju, center of the blue line. Gives it back toward Pastrnak. Now back to Jokiharju along the right wing side. Brings it back up top. Top of the circle. Pass comes to Sacco. To the bottom of the circle, Husnadinov. Sacco now walks it through the high slot. Back to Pastrnak, moving toward the right circle, trying to find a lane. Goes around behind the net. Dealt it off to Jokiharju, walks it all the way along the blue line, then has it poked away by Killorn. And it's a foot race up ice. Killorn's got some help joining him, trying to get it in front, and with Terry back checking, knocked it away from Terry.
Killorn's a smart player, good player. He just didn't have the speed to get that separation on Jokiharju that time at the end of a shift.
Lysell turned over just inside the Anaheim blue line. 5 to go on the power play. Terry will get it back into the Boston zone. And out of the box comes Carlson. Lettieri now will bring the Bruins forward. Moves it off to the left circle. Pete fired in front, looking for Lysell.
Carlson had made a tough read there in the neutral zone just as he came out of the box, but hustled back.
Carlson with speed into the Boston zone. A centering pass forced into the far corner. Under 8 minutes to go here in the second period. Boston still down by 1. Zegras in the right circle, trying to get it toward McTavish. That was broken up. Wotherspoon had his pass deflected, came to Zegras along the far wall. Wotherspoon got a piece of a pass going in behind the net. Zegras able to fight through a check into the near corner. Husnadinov takes away a pass in the near circle, but can't get it out. Zellweger threw one toward the front of the net. Lettieri didn't get much on it, but it does clear the zone. And it'll be lifted back in here by Zellweger. Outlet pass toward Beecher. Got away from him. Zellweger. Pass up the right, or the left side on the near boards. Gauthier. Played it down toward the corner. Wotherspoon reversed it. Peak. And hold up Gauthier. Lauko helps out. Wotherspoon on the far wall, takes a hit, moves the puck out to center ice, but the Ducks regain. Strome lofts one over Peak's head, back deep into Boston territory. Peak gets to it, Around the far boards, Beecher. Lauko trying to get going against Strome along the far side, but couldn't get that puck into the attack zone cleanly. Now Lauko's got it back at the red line, and he'll chip it in. Bruins will go for a change. 6.5 to go here in the period. Puck directed deep into Boston territory by Gauthier. Korpisalo helps it out from behind the net. Brought through neutral ice here by Geekie. Right side of Pastrnak. Back in front. Middlestad hit the outside of the net. Callahan racing over to try to keep into the far side of the blue line. Couldn't. And now it's brought ahead by Nesterenko. Goes right to the front of the net. And scored. Ducks striking back to make it 2-0. Jansen Harkins shaken up on the play in front of the net.
Yeah, I think he took a high stick as he was going for a rebound here. But I believe it's going to be Nesterenko's goal. He was able to get loose in the neutral zone, come down that right wing side. He's going to cut strong to the front of the net. They might give the Bruins a penalty here on this play. So Nesterenko pokes it away from Callahan, brings it to the front of the net, and then, oh yeah, nice. Wow. Oof. It's a cross check by Callahan to the throat. And he might get a major on this.
Yeah, the officials, all four of them, are gathered in talking this over.
It was just as the puck was going in.
Anaheim has made it a 2-0 game with 6:02 to go here in the second period.
Now Callahan just hustling back, and he's trying to prevent Harkins from getting to a loose puck, which he thinks might be a rebound. And he took a cross check. And we're going to hear it now.
We have a good goal on the ice. After the play, during the play, we have a 4-minute high stick, which will go down to 2 minutes on the board because it was a goal.
So it's a double minor. Only 2 minutes will get served because of the goal on the delayed penalty.
Yeah, it happened a fraction of a second before the puck slid across the goal line.
So Anaheim will go to the power play in addition to having a 2-0 lead here with 6:02 to go in the second.
It's a pretty good high stick. I thought they might even go 5-minute major. And that's what Greg Cronin wants right now.
Yeah.
Or he wants the full 4 minutes, one of the two.
Graham Skeletor, one of the referees, over talking with him right now.
The referees did not. Referees could have called a 5-minute major and reviewed it.
Right. Yeah, they never looked at the replay on that. Just went with a 4-minute double minor.
They all got together and talked about it, but they could have called 5.
So Bruins short a man here and down 2 goals.
It was explained well, though. Thank you.
It was. He even corrected himself when he started to say that, it was after the play, and then said, nope, during the play. Here's Killorn trying to feed a puck towards Strome, but lost coming out of their zone by the Ducks. Wotherspoon going to shoot one all the way back down toward Gibson, who will tee it up at the side of his net. With 30 seconds off of the penalty to Callahan. Brought through the neutral zone here by Terry. Off to the right side. Vetrano works it off the wall. Zellweger moving through the high slot. He'll pivot away from Beecher. Dealt left wing circle for Strome. Down low, gets it right back from Terry. Zellweger at the blue line. Over to the far side. A one-timer by Vetrano got blocked. Out of the far corner. Wotherspoon trying to play it up the wall. Zellweger at the blue line. And we get a whistle and a penalty arm up. Another high sticking call coming up.
I think Wotherspoon took a high stick and then
he just knocked somebody down. Now Vetrano just...
Well, Vetrano came over and had a few words for him, so somebody came in and knocked Vetrano down. Now Vetrano just grabbed Wotherspoon from behind and threw him down to the ice. Well, it's getting interesting anyhow.
Official trying to pull Vetrano out of that fray. He's going to head toward the penalty box here.
I think they felt that. I'm sure somebody's down there. Wotherspoon's hearing it from the bench now as well from Anaheim. I'm sure they thought he might have embellished the high stick. I had to guess. He had a big block there, Witherspoon did.
Well, Vetrano in the box here for Anaheim, and the officials having another conference just outside of the penalty boxes. Crowd reacts to the replay of Vetrano slamming Witherspoon down.
Yeah, so it was at the stick of Terry that caught Witherspoon. It wasn't hard, but we see these guys throw their head back all the time. He does that. Pete came in and gave Vetrano a shot, and then Vetrano just went and tackled and threw Witherspoon to the ice. Minimum Bruins should be.
Well, here are the penalty calls.
Anaheim 19 has 2 minutes for high sticking. Anaheim 19 has 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct.
Wow.
No, it's Pastrnak that's got the misconduct.
Right.
He missed. He said 19. It's 77 who's got 2 for roughing and a 10. He just went down the hallway. So Terry gets the original 2 for high sticking. Pastrnak 2 for rough and a 10-minute misconduct. So that's the right penalties, just not all the right numbers.
It's a lot to keep in your head all at once. So there was a minute 2 left on the penalty to Callahan. But 2 minors handed out here against Anaheim. And with 5:04 to go here in the second period, crowd letting the officials hear it.
Get this in before the Bruins go on the power play. Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
This will start as a 4-on-3 power play. Bruins send out Geeky, Middlestat, Pastrnak, and Lohrei on the 4-man unit. Faceoff will be in the Anaheim zone down to our right. Gudas and Lacombe, the defenseman, along with Lundestrom, the center, who will take this faceoff as the officials get the penalty clock correct. And the puck shot out of the zone off the drop by Lundestrom. Lohrei skates back to retrieve. Boston moving from left to right. Lohrai's pass to Geeky on the right side. Coming through the neutral zone, try to drop it back. Lohrei had to come back to get it. Now Geeky gives it back to Lohrei at the center circle. Pastrnak off the far wall. Lohrei shoots it around behind the net off the backboards toward Middlestat near side. He gets locked up in the corner against Lacombe. Pastrnak in the far corner trying to keep that puck alive. Gudas able to fight through and get the puck out. 24 seconds before Callahan will come out of the box and make this a 5-on-3. Lohrei along the center of the blue line. Flipped it back toward Geeky. Now Lohrei again, center of the blue line. Gives it to the right side for Pastrnak. Near the top of the face-off circle. A low shot. Save made by Gibson. And Middlestat on the rebound, and Gibson covers up.
They're able to get that shot through. Gets set up the 4-on-3 here. And Pastrnak from the right wing circle gets this shot away. You got Middlestat hanging around the front of the net. Gibson makes the initial save through that partial screen, and Middlestat just a half a second too low, or too slow, I should say, to get to that rebound.
So it'll be 5 seconds before the Bruins go up another man here. 4:07 to go in the second. It'll be a 5-on-3 for 59 seconds.
As Pastrnak jumped. He jumped. And as he went to reset, it's the other linesman that blew that dead. Pasternak's behind the linesman dropping the puck.
So they'll reset the clocks as the second had ticked off there. Face off the near circle, controlled by the Ducks, hammered around the far boards by Trouba, comes all the way back toward the Boston zone. So Callahan's out. He'll go to the bench and get replaced, and the Bruins with a 5-on-3 now for 52 seconds as Lohrei skates it forward. Finds a way into the Anaheim zone. Hands it off along the far side. They work it to Pastrnak, top of the right circle. Back over to Geeky, a one-timer. Gibson the save, and the rebound goes over the glass.
Fans, Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assists for Kids to donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
Boston down 2 here with 3:45 to go in the second period. Still 43 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Face off on that far circle. Sacco out there to take it. Lundestrom got kicked out of the circle, so the defenseman Lacombe had to take the draw. Bruins win it. Pastrnak scores! Pastrnak rips it over the shoulder of Gibson, and the Bruins with a 5-on-3 power play goal are on the board.
Got a little help in the face-off circle that time to make sure you get possession of the puck. And face-offs in the left wing side to the right of Gibson. You had Sacco battling, and Geekie, Lindholm all battling, and it's going to be Geekie trying to get this puck over to Pastrnak, I should say, and he's well inside the dot. He's almost on the hash mark by the time he lets this shot go. Just outside the hash mark, and it's going to go short side high over the glove hand of Gibson.
35th goal of the season for David Pastrnak. For Morgan Geekie, that gets him to 40 points on the year with that assist, which is a career high. And the Bruins still have 38 seconds of 5-on-4 power play time to work with here with 3:40 to go in the second period.
It's a face-off battle, though, right? So yeah. Anaheim's trying to get possession so they can clear it. And you get all three guys involved that are on the face-off circle to come up with that puck. Sacco, Lindholm, and eventually Geekie.
Jokiharju deep in the Boston zone. Gets it to Lettieri. Through the neutral zone they come. Sacco right side. Lindholm along the near wall. Plays it through Lacombe. Sacco trying to get it to Lettieri for a shot. Lindholm batted it toward the front of the net. But the Ducks will get it out. And with 4 seconds to go on the power play, Carlson, who already had a shorthanded goal earlier tonight, rips a shot on Korpisalo here. So the Ducks back at full strength. Just under 3 minutes to play in the period. Bruins down 2-1 now. Lettieri, second effort, gets it to Husnadinov. Up the middle comes Sacco. Right side for Lindholm, and a shot off of Trouba goes up and out of play. So we'll take a break here with 2:44 to go in the second. Ducks 2, Bruins 1. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, a 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
David Pasternak's goal assisted by Morgan Geekie. Our delivery of the game delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. That 5-on-3 power play goal has the Bruins back within 1 with 2:44 to go here in the second period. Anaheim up 2-1.
I'd like to have seen a second assist handed out on that one. All the hard work done in the face-off circle.
They just added one to Elias Lindholm. Yep. Now here's Pastrnak trying to get it to Sacco coming down the slot. Poked away there at the last second. Lacombe, they'll back it up behind the Anaheim net. Zegras gets the feed out of the zone, sends it all the way across the ice. Down the right wing side, Colangelo. It's sandwiched between Peak and Geekie. Puck free to Sacco. He tried to poke it out toward the blue line, but Lacombe took that away. Steps around toward the far circle, drops one off there, and Colangelo's shot finds the back glass. Thrown back out in front, and it ricochets in. Puck bounced off of Sacco, it looked like, and Lacombe's going to end up getting credit for this one as the Ducks make it 3-1.
This is just such a crazy goal. I mean, it's the Bruins give the puck away, so it's kept in the zone. The puck goes on the back of the net. It's on the back of the netting, and all Lacombe is doing is just trying to flick it off the back of the net. And it's going to go off of Sacco and just right up and over the back of Korpisalo. Just crazy goal.
Some of the bounces and breaks that we have seen go against this team in the last few weeks have been unbelievable. 2 minutes to go here in the second.
But they also put themselves in that spot by turning the puck over. They get possession, they turn it over. The miscommunication, and it's kept in the zone by Lacombe, and he'll get credit for the goal.
His 13th of the season. So, minute 42 to go in the period. And the Bruins find themselves down by a pair. Here's Lysell to the right circle looking for Lettieri. Had it taken away. Killorn. Carlson coming through neutral ice. Lost it over to Jokiharju. And now Killorn collides with Lysell. Both guys going down. Gudis from the red line rips it around behind the Bruins net. Near corner Killorn. Gauthier will throw one to the net, and it goes in. Korpisalo along the near post. Had it slip through him, and it's a 4-1 Ducks lead.
Yeah, I mean, no way around this one. It's a bad goal. It goes under the right pad of Gauthier. But the Bruins, Killorn wins a battle in the corner. And Gauthier's going to come out from the corner and just throw a soft puck towards the net. He's deep in the left wing circle. Just throws it at the net. It's going to go right under the right pad of Korpisalo.
So a 3-goal deficit now as we approach the final minute of the third period, or the second period, excuse me. Bruins in their own zone. Mitchell will play it up the near side. Lauko trying to move it forward from the red line at force back. Now off the stick of Kepke. It'll be dumped back into the Bruins zone by Nestorenko. Korpisalo backhands it around the near wall. Zellweger takes it off the boards. Fires. That would block. Nestorenko sends it over toward Trouba. His shot gets blocked by Lauko. Nestorenko throws another one toward the net. Lauko got a piece of that as well. Callahan just played it off the end boards, but the Ducks have control. Zellweger turns it back to Trouba. Tried a one-timer and chunked it. Lindholm brings the Bruins up ice into the middle for Kepke, who goes down, and that's going to bring another power play with 18 and a half to go in the period.
Yeah, Trouba got caught reaching this time, tripped him up.
So Jacob Trouba headed to the penalty box.
We'll have
and a late power play coming up here for Boston.
He's the guy. He fanned on the shot at the blue line. That allows the Bruins to get going back the other way.
So 4-1 Bruins trail. See if they can pot a quick one here before the intermission. Lindholm will stand in on this face-off against Lundestrom. Elias wins it cleanly. Lohrei plays it to Pastrnak on the hash marks near side. Back to Lohrei with 12 to go in the period. Pastrnak again, right circle. Pushed it down, let a middle stat. Back to Pastrnak. Fires one toward the slot off of Lindholm and wide. It'll come back around near side. Final 2 seconds. Pastrnak trying to get one last shot off. But taken away by Lacombe, and the horn will sound to end the second period. So the Bruins had cut what was a 2-goal lead back to 1 on a power play goal, but 2 goals in the final 2:03 of the period. And Anaheim has a 3-goal cushion after 40 minutes. And we'll be back with more from Anaheim coming up on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
We got chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Lundestrom got kicked out of the circle, so the defenseman Lacombe had to take the draw. Bruins win it. Pastrnak scores! Pastrnak rips it over the shoulder of Gibson, and the Bruins with a 5-on-3 power play goal are on the board. David Pastrnak's goal, our amazing play, presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Unfortunately, that is the only goal for the Bruins so far. They trail at 4-1 at the end of 2 periods. They've been outshot 28-9 in this game so far. We have seen it throughout the course of the season. Things go wrong. They just feels like it builds momentum and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
You got a 2-1 game and then 2 late goals.
Yeah.
Now, one of them was a little bit bad luck, right? I mean, the goal by Jackson Lacombe, he's just flicking the puck off the back of the net to keep play moving, and goes in, unfortunate bounce off Sacco and in. But the Bruins did turn the puck over inside their own zone. They were unable to get it out, and it was Lacombe who kept it in, keeps the play alive in that offensive end. And then right after that, you want to battle in the corner. Killorn, he wins the battle. And it's just a terrible goal. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Korpisalo would just love to have it back. But you go back to the first period. After 1 period, it's 1-0. If it wasn't for Korpisalo in the first period, they're down 3-0.
Yeah.
But then he allows a bad goal in the second. So, I get it. And quick goals late in the period. That's been a theme. It has been a theme for a while now. It's been a theme most of the season for the Bruins. When they get one, they're going to get the opposition gets one, they're going to get another one, or scoring right after you score. And you get a good break. You finally get one on the 5-on-3. That was a crazy sequence there. I know that Anaheim wasn't very happy about it, but the Bruins take advantage once they get the 5-on-3, get the win a face-off battle. All 3 guys in that face-off circle help to win that. You got Sacco taking the draw. You got Geekie and Lindholm also coming in from the wings to help get that puck free, and it's Geekie who eventually makes the pass over to Pastrnak, who's got time and space in a good spot to let that shot go and beat Gibson clean. But I see some guys battling, and I see some guys that just there's got to be more for them. There's got to be more to it, and I know that they're undermanned. I understand that. So not that fact is not escaping me. I can live in that dose of reality, but at the same time, you can control that work ethic and control the battle level. We talked about it earlier in a complimentary way, but there's also been ones that have gotten away from them.
Well, you talked about it in the pregame tonight. Joe Sacco has talked about it here in the last couple weeks as well. At some point, you just need to say enough's enough, and what do you, as you put it earlier, what are you going to do? Your team's lost 6 in a row. What are you going to do to make that, to change that? And, so far.
And here's the young, skilled players of Anaheim have been allowed to be young, skilled players here in this game, and they've zipped the puck around really well. They've backed the Bruins D off. There's been a lot of room coming through the neutral zone, especially in that first period, even in the second. The goal by Nestorenko, we forgot about that one. That was a kind of a battle one by Nestorenko in the neutral zone. It's a 50-50 puck. I know you've got Callahan reaching for it, but it's Nestorenko that gets it, and he's able to attack from that right side. But yeah, there's got to be a done with this type of thing. But at the same time, it's also you're battling with that. Have guys checked out? The guys who have generated the scoring chances. I mean, Geekie's had a couple really good scoring chances. Pastrnak has the goal. Lysell's had a couple looks offensively. So those opportunities have been there, but you're on 9 shots right now. And you had 13 a couple days ago against a really good defensive team in the LA Kings. You got 9 through 2 periods here today. So there's something definitely missing.
I mean, the last 5 games, you've had 12 shots, 20 shots, 19, 23 against San Jose as the high mark, and then 13. And now you've got 9 through 40 minutes here today. I mean, and a lot of that is puck possession, right? We talked about it in the pregame with Joe Sacco. Tough to get shots if you don't have the puck. So it's 4-1, Anaheim after 2. Our music of the game brought to you by Live Nation. Kiss Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Eric Clapton live at TD Garden September 16th with special guest The Wallflowers. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. Check the out-of-town scores around the NHL when we come back here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're in Raising Cane's with the man that started it all.
Wait, are you the Yes Chef guy?
We got chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, Texas toast, and their world famous cane sauce. Could shed a tear right now.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Breaking news! USA Today ranks Ocean State Job Lot's loyalty program in the top 1%. Job Lot insiders can understand why. It's easy to join, it costs nothing to join, and they have access to crazy deals. With 1,500 items to choose from that are completely free after Crazy Deal, it might be the best deal in America. Job Lot insiders have redeemed about $1/3 billion in free stuff. If you're not getting stuff for free, ask yourself why. Stop in, join for free, shop for free, and welcome to our club.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
2 periods in the books here in Anaheim with the Ducks leading the Bruins by the score of 4-1. Other finals from around the NHL here tonight. Vancouver took down the Islanders 5-2, and it was New Jersey over the Chicago Blackhawks 5-3, the final there. Nearing the end of the set. 4-1 Ducks over the Bruins. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com. Upwork.com.
With seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Town Fair Tire sells all the name brand tires, and we sell them all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, because Town Fair Tire also gives you more free services than all the other tire dealers, nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station. This is a black and gold flashback.
Back is Bork. Shot in, save. Neely scores on the rebound. A Bork shot to make it 6-4. Cam Neely, number 49. 10 seconds left. McClure with it. Cam Neely's got it. Can he get it? Tries it. And scores it. Cam Neely, number 50 on the empty net with 3 seconds left.
Our black and gold flashback taking us back to this date in 1991. Cam Neely scored 2 goals, including his 50th of the season and a 7-4 win over the Quebec Nordiques to mark the second straight 50-goal season for Neely, which was the first time a Bruin had done that since Phil Esposito put together 5 straight 50-goal campaigns back in the first half of the 1970s. It was the 10th 50-goal season by a Bruin in team history. Bruins trail 4-1 as we get ready to start the third. David Pastrnak has the lone goal for Boston, a power play goal, his 35th of the season. It's his 4th straight season of 35 or more. But unfortunately, bookended by 2 pair of Anaheim goals. Leo Carlsson, a shorthanded goal in the late stages of the first period. And then in the second, Nikita Nestorenko with his 4th of the year. Pastrnak would score a few minutes after that to get the Bruins on the board. But in the last 2:03 of the period, Jackson Lacombe, his 13th of the season. And then Cutter Gauthier with his 14th of the year, set up by Alex Killorn at 18:45. And so the Ducks leading at 4-1 as we start the third period. Bruins will have a 5-on-4 power play for the first minute 42 here. And they'll be going from right to left on offense in this third period. Face-off win at center ice by Lindholm. Middlestat, gather it through neutral. Dumps it into the right wing corner. Pastrnak to it first, and a wide-angle shot. It's the outside of the net. Lohrei walks it along the blue line. Gives back to Pastrnak. Right back to Lohrei and tried to one-time it toward the net. That was blocked. Lohrei kept it in. Pastrnak blasts a one-timer high up over the net. In the far corner. Lindholm worked it around the wall. Middlestat kept it moving toward Pastrnak. To the top of the face-off circle. In front for Geekie. Redirected just wide on the stick side. Lacombe has a chance to clear. He's going to carry it ahead to the blue line. Played forward. Lohrei has it back for the Bruins, and Middlestat turns it back to him. 50 to go on the power play as Lindholm takes a hit but moves the puck around the Anaheim zone. Pastrnak tried to flip it toward Geekie, got through him, and back toward the Bruins end it goes.
Good look there by Pastrnak, right in the left wing circle. He tried one shot, went over the net, but the second one was a fake shot, passed into the middle for Geeky.
This was Nadinov from the right circle, and that one rims around the boards and comes out. Yokiharju and Killorn came together, and referee got tangled in that and went down.
Yeah. Right at the blue line.
Dumped in here by the Bruins around the far wall. It comes with 14 seconds to go on the power play. Yokiharju had it taken away by Hellison. Shorthanded ahead. They tried to get it to Carlson, who scored that shorthanded goal back in the first period. Bruins regain. Power play comes to an end. Trouba steps out of the box. Comes right toward the puck handler with Terry. And Anaheim with possession here. We approach 2 minutes gone in this third period. In the neutral zone, Zegras sends it down the wall. Peek from behind the Bruins net. Reversed it toward the near side. Lauko with the outlet pass. Brown gets it deep and goes around Lacombe to get after it first. To the back of the net for Beecher. Beecher trying to center for Lauko. Knocked away by Gudis. Lacombe's got it near corner. Off the boards and out into neutral ice. Wotherspoon gets to Lauko. They try to reload quickly, but Beecher couldn't get back onside in time. And the play whistled down with 17:37 to go.
Yeah, you're looking for some fight right now, and who knows, maybe a chip away at it, but just some fight and some battle, and from guys that you expect to get it from everybody. But if you're a role player, fourth line, you see Lauko jumping in front of pucks and blocking shots and hustling in. You see a little bit more of that.
Face-off controlled by the Ducks. Trouba's pass turned over at center ice here. Lorai off the near glass. Batted back ahead by Colangelo, but now taken away. And Koepke finds Yokiharju coming across the line. Right circle drive is taken right in the chest by Gibson. .240 gone here in the third period. Anaheim with a 4-1 lead. Bruins now 1 out of 5 on the power play tonight.
Well, it was a 5-on-3 they scored on.
Right. It also allowed a shorthanded goal this evening as well. Road trip wraps up on Saturday night. Detroit against the Red Wings. It's an 8 o'clock face-off. Back in the time zone, at least. Face-off win here by the Ducks. Now on the near wall. Lorai, they've win it back. Sends it around the far boards. And home down the circle. Ticked along. And the Ducks will break it out. Nestorenko moving it right side for Terry. Back across the ice. Strome picked it up and threw it toward the front of the net. Lorai was the only man there. Fabian Lysell will work his way up the left side. He takes a hit. They run headlong into the linesman. Koepke pushed it just across the blue line, but it hit a skate kick back out into the neutral zone. Strome will drop it back here for the Ducks. And then Lysell in pursuit of the puck. Picked up Trouba. Crowd was looking for a penalty. Won't get it. Bruce Nadinov coming back to make a play on the puck. Looked like he might have caught a high stick. He's headed off to the bench. Pastrnak works his way back to the Anaheim zone. Throws one toward the net. Gibson sticks it wide. Forced back out. Gauthier will chase into the Bruins zone, but Peak has a step on him, and it's an icing here against Anaheim.
And hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Casey Middlestat will take the face-off in the offensive zone here off the icing. And he wins it with a second effort. Pastrnak trying to get into a shooting position, but got tangled up with Lacombe. Gauthier will skate it ahead here for Anaheim. Coming down the left wing side. Throws one at a wide angle. Korpisalo handcuffed a little bit. Now Lacombe along the far circle. Sends one in front. And Carlson rips it home and scores. And it's 5-1. Leo Carlson gets his second of the night.
Yeah, Carlson left alone in front. He's a left shot. He's going to get the pass from the left wing. He starts with Gauthier throwing the puck on net. Bruins, Middlestat's going to try to clear the puck up the boards. kept in right there. And then a little saucer pass into the middle. Wide open. Pastrnak couldn't get it out. Lacombe keeps it in. It's actually Lacombe with the saucer pass to Carlson. Top shelf over the glove.
So, 2-point night for Lacombe. Carlson's second goal of the night is 18th of the season. And we got a fight here. Out in the neutral zone. Callahan and Jansen Harkins are locked up near the Boston blue line. Harkins with the right hand. Callahan, couple of left jabs. Harkins tries to throw another right. They get wrestling in there. Callahan's helmet comes off and they spin down.
Yeah, you figured this one might come if Harkins wanted it. I mean, Callahan got him with a pretty good cross check to the net in the second period. Ended up being a double minor.
Crowd enjoying that one. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the third.
Boston 79, Anaheim 38, well, 5 minutes each for fighting.
Well, 4 goals up. Harkins takes the opportunity. Nothing extra out of that, so it'll remain 5-on-5 here. Sacco stands in for the faceoff here against Lundestrom. Killorn going to pick it up and carry ahead here for the Ducks. Pulls up just inside the Boston line, drops it back, and it's Lundestrom pivoting and dealing it back towards Zellweger. His shot, the body kicked on into the near corner. Trouba from the right point. Gets it back behind the net. Peak was able to seal it off, and then Lorai's got it. He'll send a long pass up the right wing side. Brought into the attack zone. Here's Sacco coming down the middle off the feed from Geekie. And Gibson made a nice save. Rebound headed the other way in a hurry as Lundestrom works his way down the left wing side. Ridden into the corner by Yoki Harju. Puck wraps all the way around toward the near side. Held in at the blue line by Hellison. Played back down deep by Minchikov. Near corner, Wotherspoon trying to find it in his skates. Took a bump from Colangelo, fought it off. Wotherspoon works his way out toward his own blue line, but then lost it there. Zegras moves down the left wing circle, brings in behind the net. Backhand pass cut off by Yoki Harju, but lost back to McTavish. McTavish skates around toward the near circle, all the way back to the blue line, now to the far circle. Hands off there over on the far wall, and a deflected shot off the stick of Colangelo is scooped up by Korpisalo for the whistle.
Yeah, that was at the end of his shift. That was after a good chance there by Sacco coming right down the middle, who got that pass. And then now they've got a back check trying to get back into the zone. Anaheim with good puck control in that offensive end.
14:29 to go in a defensive zone faceoff. This off win by Brown. Puck played back in his direction along the far boards. Deals it to Beecher coming through neutral ice. Poked off his stick coming to the attacking blue line by Hellison. Hellison gets it back from Minchikov. Strome just inside the Boston line. His pass off of Brown ricochets back toward the Anaheim zone. Minchikov trying to steer it up the far boards. Shot it into his own bench. Now 46 minutes into this one. Bruins with 11 shots on goal. And 5 goals on 30 shots for the Ducks. This road trip has just been a nightmare. Get a face-off in the offensive zone here for Brown. Pulled back into the corner by McTavish. Minchikov Harassed by Brown. Puck came free behind the net. Lauko backhands it back to the left point for Lohrei. Moves toward the middle. Takes a long shot. Had stopped by Gibson. Lohrei tried to fire it again. That one blocked. Minchikov peels off and back across the ice it comes to Colangelo. Skating into the Bruins zone. A check by Lohrei into the near corner. Freed up the puck. Lauko into the middle. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell has a deflected puck go over Brown's head, bounces in toward Gibson, and he gloves it and forced to hang on to it.
Yeah, and it's not, it's not just the losses that continue to mount. Now it's kind of the way you're losing them. You battle hard through a game and you lose 3-2. You're getting 7-2 against LA. Was it 5-1
against Vegas?
3-1 was the closest one, and that was 1-1 until late, right?
Yeah, Sharks scored the game winner with a little over 3 minutes to go in that game. It was a very evenly matched game. This one has not been. As here's Koepke bringing back into the Anaheim zone. Low shot, stick saved by Gibson. With Terry trying to bank it in from south of the goal line. Now chasing in behind the net. It'll come back toward the near side. And Colangelo gives one away in the slot with Lettieri right between Gudis and Lacombe. Couldn't get off a shot.
Lacombe ended up lifting his stick. It's been good. That's a guy that they talk about.
Shot block came right to Lindholm, and his shot got through. Koepke out of the right corner. Throws another one to the net. Saved by Gibson, and then he dives on top of the rebound in front of his crease. 12:47 left. Bruins trailing 5-1 here in Anaheim on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It takes a village to tell a story. And at Bloomberg.com, our village spans the world. With over 3,000 journalists and analysts and more than 100 global bureaus. Because if your focus is narrowed on your individual village, your tiny sliver of Earth, you'll miss out on the big picture. When you look at the world, what do you see? Learn more at Bloomberg.com. Context changes everything.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Bruins down 5-1 with 12:47 left here in the third period. David Pastrnak, the lone goal for Boston, set up by Morgan Geekie and Elias Lindholm. And with those feeds, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Ducks control in their own zone. Outlet pass tipped along by Carlson. Here's Killorn, right circle, trying to feather one in front, taken away, and Pastrnak headed the other direction for the Bruins. From the red line, dumps it in just wide of Gibson. On the near wall, Middlestad and Husnadinov digging for it. Middlestad backhanded one toward the net, but cut off before it got to Pastrnak. Lacombe to Gudis in the far corner. And now Gauthier turning it up ice. Down the left side he comes toward the top of the face-off circle. Tried a shot, blocked off wide by Jokiharju. Middlestad along the end boards, trying to gain possession. Gautier's got it pinned up against Jokiharju. Now it'll pop free. Pastrnak out of the near corner. And he just backhands it out into neutral ice. Knocked down there by Zellweger. Trouba back inside his own zone here for the Ducks. Neutral zone, Terry gets a pass as he cuts in across the Boston line. Forced into the corner by Wotherspoon. Puck came free back into that corner. Now Terry from the bottom of the near circle hit the outside of the post. Strome pass back toward the point. Broken up by Pastrnak. That'll give him a chance to get to the bench for a change. Trouba angles a pass all the way across the ice around Strome, and that'll be an icing here against the Ducks.
Fans, Bruins Hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
An offensive zone face-off here for Geekie with 11:16 to go. Off the draw, Lysell swept it back toward the point. Mitchell shot it around behind the net. Thrown back out into neutral ice. Knocked down near the red line by Wotherspoon. And back deep it goes. He and Mitchell will head off for defensive changes here. Now Pete takes one away from Strome near the red line. Back into the Bruins zone down to our right. Lysell gets a cross-ice pass from Jokiharju. Sweeps it around the board. Zellweger trying to get it cleared. It bounced off Geekie and back into the corner. And now Pete coming down. Got his stick up high on Terry.
Yeah. He's trying to get underneath the stick and lift it, and Pete, no argument, right to the penalty box. He knows he got it up. Frank Petrano out of the box after serving his
12 minutes.
Yep.
Callahan gets released from the box here as well as Harkins after they've served their fighting majors. So Bruins will be short-handed here with 10:41 to go after the high sticking minor to Pete. Gives him just 10 penalty minutes on the season.
He's a guy, we got complimented him earlier. He's a guy that gives you everything he's got every night. He's just playing way too high up in the lineup right now. It's just...
And that's the case with pretty much everyone on the back end at this point.
It is.
And Nikita Zadorov not with the team right now. Had to fly back to Boston to deal with a family matter. Do not know what his status will be, when he'll be back. Puck comes the length of the ice here off the clear. Gibson hands it off for Lacombe. Ducks' third power play of this game. 0 for 2 so far. Kicked on the near circle by Carlson. Gets it to McIntosh. Lacombe center of the blue line. Over to Zegras. Stepping into a shot on the left circle. Korpisalo makes the save. There's no rebound.
I like the way, Zegras arcs there. That's just his hockey IQ, right? He's going to get that puck as he's arcing towards the middle of the ice in the left wing circle. Trying to improve that angle. And by the time you shoot it, they say you're coming downhill. You're going at the net as you're shooting the puck. You're not standing still in that circle. He's a left-hand shot, so it's not going to be a one-timer. You get that pass, you got to turn and take it.
Bruins will get it cleared as Callahan sends it all the way down. Under 10 minutes to go. Minute 15 to go on the Pete penalty. Lacombe drops it back. Zegras through the neutral ice on the right side, just inside the line, handed for McTavish. In the near corner, Lori's got it pinned against the boards. Now it comes free. Carlson keeps it moving toward the far corner. Colangelo tried to spin off a check. Lauko, backhander knocked down, thrown back toward the back of the Bruins net. And it'll be cleared this time by Lora. Bruins change up penalty killers. 40 seconds left in the Anaheim power play. Zellweger will start it toward the far circle and drops it back through the slot. Hooked on from Killorn to Terry. Leaves it for Killorn, and now back to Terry. Just inside the Boston line. Lost possession. Cleared all the way back down again by Jokiharju. Final 15 seconds of the power play here for Anaheim. Strome moving through the neutral ice. Checked by Koepke. Now it's Terry carrying in down the right circle, goes around behind the Bruins net. They set up Zellweger for a one-timer. Save made and a good stop on the rebound as well as Strome was right on the doorstep and Korpisalo denied it. Power play over and the team's at full strength with 8:39 to go. It's 5-1 Anaheim here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Start your day with the rich, intense power of espresso from Schwarzkopf Keratin Color. Our 3-step bond enforcing system creates bonds and strengthens your hair, leaving it 5 times stronger after coloring. Serving up strong and healthy-looking hair with long-lasting color is as easy as picking up a cup of your favorite pick-me-up. Wake up your new hairstyle today. Just search for Keratin Color Espresso on Amazon.com.
A 6-letter word for an app where you can easily find and book an in-person or virtual appointment with the perfect doctor by searching specialty and insurance and reading real reviews from real patients.
It's ZocDoc, obviously.
Genius! How'd you know that?
How do you think I found an amazing therapist, dentist, and primary care doc?
Can't believe I didn't know this was an option sooner.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Pre-game access to Boston Bruins Heritage Hall is on sale now for the remainder of the 24-25 regular season. Immerse yourself in a century of Bruins hockey history before your next game. Just visit bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall and lock in your tickets now. Bruins trailing 5-1 as we approach 8.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Puck comes through neutral ice back toward the Anaheim zone. Lauko putting pressure on against Hellison. Forced it back in behind the net. Minchikov will play it up the far boards, but not out. Lauko tap back toward Callahan at the point. Shot get blocked in front. And Lauko with a chance along the near side, but that one tipped up into the air, and Ducks will clear it. It'll go for an icing here. No, they wave it off as Korpisalo comes out and sets it up for Callahan. Lauko in the neutral ice. Angled it off the boards, trying to leave it for Middlestad of the attacking blue line. Turned back. Now here's a long pass to Pastrnak, just inside the line. He gets shoved by Zellweger. Puck comes back out toward the red. Lauko to Husnudinov, trying to find a lane into the attack zone. Shoots it around toward the far corner. Pastrnak gets a stick in there first, trying to get it back to Peak. It's picked off. It's McTavish coming down the left side, and he shoots and scores. Beat Korpisalo on the glove side, and it's 6-1.
You know, you go back just before the commercial timeout, and the great save that Korpisalo had on Strome on the rebound. And this is just McTavish in some open ice coming down the left wing side. Pastrnak turned the puck over in the offensive zone. Peak's coming back. McTavish gets down to the dot in that left wing circle, and a little flick of the wrist. Snaps it by that glove hand side of Korpisalo.
Goal number 19 on the season for Mason McTavish, which ties his career high he set last year. The Bruins have now surrendered 13 goals in the last 2 games. Still 7:20 to go in this one. As Zaka gets over to Geekie, a one-timer scores. Looked like Gibson got a little piece of that, but not enough. And Geekie will get on the board tonight.
Geekie's had a couple of chances in this game. He had a couple in the second period at least. And Bruins enter the zone off the rush. It's a backhand pass by Zaka. And it's not even a... He doesn't stop it. It's not a big back-scratching one-timer. It's just snapped. He almost gets down on one knee to get this, leverage on this shot. And it goes right in between the blocker and body, it looked like on Gibson.
The 26th of the year for Geekie.
Had one last game against the Kings.
4 goals in the last 5 games for him. 17 goals in the last 29. Take that stretch of games, which is, a pretty healthy stretch of games. That's a 47 goal pace for an entire season. Puck gets dumped in on goal here and gloved by Korpisalo. And we played the feature on him between periods 1 and 2, and he didn't have a goal in the first 16 games this season. He was healthy, scratched a few times in there, and really, once he got going, though, he really got going.
He's a low maintenance, quiet guy, strong, finishes his hits. He keeps his feet moving. He doesn't kill penalties, but he's worked himself onto top power play. Got a good shot. We've seen that all year.
He and Sacco and Pastrnak as a unit been really good in the second half of this season. As a shot in on Korpisalo here, gloved for another whistle with 6:40 to play.
That Pastrnak line today taking a beating in the plus-minus department.
And Pasternak's a -5.
Yeah.
Middlestat as well.
Yeah. I think that line, I can't see that line being stuck together through the next game. Nothing to laugh at, they tried it. And
Yeah.
It's 2 games now. Pastrnak has a goal, but it's on the 5-on-3 that they had.
Right. In the first game together, Pasta only had 1 shot on goal. In that far corner, puck poked toward the net, and Gibson going to scoop that up with his glove, make sure that the Bruins can't get a chance here with 6:17 to play. Boston down by 4 here as we wind this one down.
Here's the scary part of it. Anaheim has trouble scoring.
Right.
They've got young, skilled players. They have trouble scoring. Detroit doesn't have trouble scoring. That's who your next opponent is.
And it doesn't, and we say it all the time, it never gets easier. You're going to face Detroit. You're going to face Washington after that when you get back home. Lauko directs one in on goal here from neutral ice, and Gibson gloves that and gets another whistle. Yeah, they won't break here and won't change. Nine games to go in the regular season after this one here for Boston. Beecher will win this face-off in the offensive zone. Lohrei skates it down the circle, trying the center for Brown. Tipped back instead toward the far point man, Peak. Lohrei pivots away from pressure out near the blue line himself. Walks it back down the right circle and sends one right through the top of the crease. But nobody there to take advantage. Lohrei able to stay with that puck along the near side now. And a wrapped around far side before the Ducks will ice it with 5:28 to go.
As Wellpoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes all season long. This week they're honoring David Testa from the North Andover Fire Department. To nominate someone making a difference in your community, visit 985thesportshub.com/heroes today.
And make a note of the start time on Saturday. It's an 8 p.m. Eastern time face-off, or a little bit thereafter. Pre-game coverage will get underway at 7:30. A little bit more manageable start time for our listeners back in the East Coast. Pastrnak along the left wing circle, trying to cut to the net. Got forced in behind instead by Zellweger. Two of them continue to joust along the far side corner. Bushnadinov pushing it back to Jokiharju. Onto the left point for Witherspoon. Back deep it comes to Pastrnak at the back of the net. Steps out toward the near side, trying to bank one in off of Gibson. Ducks will get it back along the near boards. Lundestrom had it taken away by Middlestat. Left circle. He gets it back to Pastrnak standing at the center of the blue line. Kicked it to his stick. Over to Jokiharju. Walks it down the right wing boards. Able to fight through a check by Nestorenko. Now Middlestat rotating back out at that far point. This pass taken away.
They need a line change. First time we've really seen that today.
We'll get one here as Nestorenko dumps one in on goal. 4:25 to play. Mysel slips around Zegras. Wotherspoon at center ice. Lifted into the right wing corner. Off the far side, it's grabbed by McTavish, and he'll skate it forward. McTavish, Zegras, left circle. Shot blocked by Mitchell. Puck free to Geekie, and he'll turn the Bruins up ice. Callahan gave it up, got it right back from Geekie, but Lacombe makes the defensive play in that far corner. Geekie knocks him down. Gudas wrestles Lysell away from it. Puck around the wall and back to Mitchell with a point. Callahan off the crossing pass. Had the puck skip off the end of his stick, but beats Zegras to it. Puck played toward the slot, taken away by Lacombe. And up the left side where Colangelo will dump it into the Bruins' end with 3.5 to play. Near the Boston blue line, Killorn directs one back toward the net. Morai gets it. Brings in behind. That marks the 21st time the Bruins have allowed 5 or more goals in a game this season. 13th time they've allowed 6 or more. Killorn gets it into the far corner of the Bruins zone with 2:50 to go. Back to Hellison. His pass in front, tipped up and over the net off of Carlson.
Carlson looking for the hat trick.
That one goes wide. Killorn's got it along the near circle. Back to Hellison to the right point. Over to the far side. Minchikov back across near side. Kicked onto the stick of Killorn. Thrown back in front. Korpisalo made the save on a redirect there. Terry will bring the Bruins back ahead as Boston changing behind this rush. Beecher steps out behind the net. Let it back to Pete. Throws one on goal. And it came ricocheting back through the slot as Lettieri gets knocked down. Beecher gloves one back onto his stick. Lauko along the end boards. Reverses it toward the corner. With 2:05 left. Wotherspoon behind the net finds Beecher. Stepping around in front. A chance. A one-timer by Brown. And Gibson looks like he might have caught that one off the mask. Wotherspoon, left point, winds and fires. Redirected wide of the far post. Brown on the far corner. Ellison steps onto him and spins him around, wins the puck. Backhands, and it's cleared, and that'll be another icing here against Anaheim with 1:33 left.
No, look, I know that Anaheim is probably taking their foot off the gas, but it's the best the Bruins have played here in the last few shifts. It's just working down low. You know, you've got another shift here where Anaheim's exhausted inside their own zone. That was a fourth line shift by the Bruins. That's the way you're going to win games, that work ethic right there. And I don't think it's been there nearly enough today.
Right. It's one thing to have it. It's another thing to have it when you're down 4 goals.
Right.
Morai hustling over to keep the puck in at the blue line here off the faceoff win. Centering pass as Usmanov was right on the doorstep. They'll get lobbed over Morai's head. This one won't go for an icing here with 1:18 to go.
Korpisalo asking why, and the linesman saying, no.
It's time to go. That's why. Morai, left side here for Usmanov. Pass intended for Middlestat. Kicked back out of the zone. Morai at the red line will dump one in. Pastrnak popped it out of the corner. They got it into the middle here for Middlestat. As he comes to the bottom of the near circle, a wide angle shot knocked down by Gibson, and then he covers it up. .52 seconds left before Anaheim can officially celebrate the win that will get them back to a game within 5 of the 500 mark. Bruins are going to go to 4 games below 500 with their 7th straight loss. Beecher wins a faceoff here. Callahan, long shot. Gibson the save. Tried to poke check the rebound. And it came back through the slot. Beecher far circle. Throws one low toward the net. And Gibson going to stick on that. Brown Back to Mitchell. His shot. Blocker saved by Gibson and sends it out of play.
Yeah, I mean, for the Bruins, right, they came into this period with 9 shots on goal. They're up to unofficially 24. And that's just because they've been working in the offensive end. Like I said, I know Anaheim's probably taking their foot off the gas, but
this off win by Brown. Lauko fires one on. That time the rebound grabbed and brought out of his zone. Lundestrom through the neutral ice with 25 seconds to go. Brown's got it back here for the Bruins. Sweeps it into the attack zone. Chasing into the far corner. Gudas there first. Callahan able to slip in there and knock the puck off the wall. He's got it back. His shot got blocked. Near circle. Lauko from in tight. Skimmed off the outside of the net. And the crowd counts it down here in Anaheim. The Ducks with a 6-2 win here on their home ice. Bruins 0 for 4 on the road trip and 7 straight losses. Back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The most important layer is the one closest to your skin. Under Armour Heat Gear wicks away sweat, dries fast, and keeps you feeling light and focused when the pressure's on. Light, tight, and stretchy with optimum muscle compression so you can sense where your body is in space. Built to perform, built to last, built to give you the edge. Under Armour Heat Gear. Wear it when it's hot. To learn more, visit underarmour.com.
You can shop during this ad by saying, "Alexa, add to cart." You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, "Alexa, add to cart." That's Alexa, add to cart.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Business owners just like you use the PayPal Business Debit MasterCard to instantly access funds as soon as customers pay. No waiting for bank transfers. Plus, earn unlimited 1% cash back on eligible purchases, all with no credit check.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com.